apocalypse, sickness, danger, folly. Quick to transgress, playing with fire continually. The retinal scans as time advance, so that's technology. The way they stop only one knows the Almighty. Some serial killers, company, woman, laboratory. Eugenics project, side effect, torment the baby. Medicinal bag of chips, we feed the greedy dummy. Marionette the money power hungry. Humanity been treading it less already. Insanity tail a customizing species. First the other interfere where they should not be. Backfire sit down patient in a them lobby. There's repercussion for just the acts of iniquity. In Jacob of indignation there's no pity. There's no remorse and no way out and no sympathy. Continue to run your mouth and now you're gonna see. Money-wise, you itching to be destructive. Never have nothing good to give. Blatant with your negative. Wolf away, wolf loading. Wickedly inquisitive. My life is your prerogative. Don't need to be instructive. Don't try tell me how to live. Their vision is so distorted. Their mission was interrupted. Curtain coming down on them. You don't get your moment of fame. Things they call an act of God. Merely an act of man trying to be God. Set up that anti-life of illusion and invited the whole world to them yard. Subliminal messages intruding so rude when invading the thoughts. Them one go silence the lamp, but the lamp protected by thy hand. Anti-life of illusion and invited the whole world to them yard. Subliminal messages intruding so rude when invading the thoughts. Them one go silence the lamp, but the lamp protected by thy hand.
That's right. Shalom, shalom, Mishpachah, shalom, and happy Friday Night Live. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. Shalom, Brother O'Shea.
Shalom, family. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom, shalom. We are here live and kicking, giving our praises and glory unto our King, our Heavenly Father, for his loving kindness and his tender mercies, for blessing us through the hours of the day, and thanking him for another night of study that we can get together and share what's out there in this world, especially for our youth. You know, clothing is something so big. Everybody wants to have a label. They call it a brand on them, a tag, It has become the tags itself, the labels has become fashionable in itself. And I remember as a child growing up in school, there was competition between brands. If you had a Jordache jeans, you were in because that was the latest thing. And if you had one of them Levi's or Lee jeans, you know.
Yeah.
And then after a while, they came out with the torn up in a knee type of jeans, and that was like $50+ And you know, the children knew what the price was for certain things, clothing. So fashion definitely has influence on our youth. And one of the things that we'll be looking at is how the music industry actually helps to work along with fashion. The music promotes the fashion promotes the music. They all work together.
Hand in hand.
And there's just so much wickedness that's out there. Now, there's so much material, Brother Shea is telling me I got a lot of stuff, and just looking at some other things, I think we may end up having an extra class on this alone. And it's important because you might find an article that gives you just a little piece here, which is important for that puzzle. Then another one will give you another piece that helps to connect. And then by the time you're done, you have a full picture of what's happening out there and how Satan is truly the God of this world, in the sense of when he said to our Messiah, all these things will I give to you if you bow down and worship me. And it makes a lot of sense. So we have to safeguard our children. A lot of our old heads, we as old heads, the gray beards and gray heads, I know some of y'all be looking like, what is he talking about? He ain't talking about me. You know, yeah, you put dye in your head, right? Okay. You do so and so to yourself, right? You try to combat, reverse the sunset.
Let your soul glow.
No. Leave that for yesterday. You stuck in that high pitch.
No, I was talking about the soul glow.
Yeah, but hey, they're gonna look at yesterday's class, hear the soul glow, put it together and say, uh-oh. So happy Friday Night Live to each and every one of you. Those of you who have been on the plantation, I pray that your week has been all right, that the Most High has blessed and strengthened you. Hope your families are doing well. And so we want to say shalom to the Mishpachah worldwide down in the Caribbean, shalom. The Mishpachah down in South and Central America, shalom to you. Right here in these divided states of America, shalom. Across the border in Canada, shalom. In the UK, shalom to each and every one of you. And all throughout Africa, shalom. In Europe, the Middle East, the Far East, and every island of the sea, we greet you all by saying shalom and happy Friday Night Live. We're going to get started with a word of prayer. And Elder is not with us this live right now. I'm sure he's probably listening somewhere.
Yeah.
But Elder is taking a break, right? And so, yes, he's taking a break until next time. So I'm going to do a word of prayer. Hallelujah. Let's pray. Baruch atah Yuwa Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et derek haYeshua b'Mashiach Yeshua. Blessed are you, you are Elohim, King of the universe, who has given us the way of salvation in Yeshua HaMashiach. Abba, we give all praise and glory unto you, thanking you for your love and your mercy, which endures forever. We want to thank you, Father, for sparing our lives through the hours of the day. And we ask in you, as we all gather together, for those who are coming, that we will all prepare ourselves, our hearts and minds, to receive your word. Open the mouth of Brother Shea, his mind, his thoughts, and give him the ability to speak your words. Help him to be able to broadcast the things that our people, especially our youth, need to learn and understand. Help us as parents, all of us, that we can be able to guide our homes well, that the husbands may lead the charge, the wives may support, the children will fall in line, and that we as Israel will continue on until we reach Zion. Bless each and every one of us. The prayer team, remember them for keeping the lights burning, the fire burning, and fighting the good fight. throughout the week. Bless and keep them likewise. And Father, I pray that you also help my lips to speak, to help Brother O'Shea as he do tonight's class. Thank you for your loving kindness and your tender mercies. In Yeshua's name we pray. In Yeshua's name, amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, Mishpachah, so get yourself together. I hope the little lights are here with us. And I know the struggle
Struggle is real.
that parents tend to face because we were all children too. And we know the kind of hell or the troubles we put our parents through. They were always concerned and watching out for our well-being, and sometimes we don't understand it. And I would say to the young people listening right now, you have a point in making your argument because you're young and you don't understand. That is in your head. Your point make a lot of sense because it's in your head. But there comes a point in time in your life that you're going to grow up and you're going to want to have a family, and you're going to realize the things that we're telling you today, you should have heeded yesterday.
Oh, yes.
You should have taken an account. So in every generation, Mishpachah, there's always a change. And looking at this screen, you got to shake your head. Now, we are all exposed to fashion and fashion designs. We don't have the time as we should and the resources to design things for ourselves, like based on your taste. Like I have people asking me, sisters and brothers ask me for catalogs of music, and I always tell them, you know what, I don't know what your tastes are. You may like jazz, you might be a kind of a person that's like laid back, and based on your work environment, you may want some jazz or some classic contemporary music. I don't know. Everybody have different tastes. I'm more eclectic. I listen to different things. One of the reasons why I tend to lean a little bit more on reggae, not just because of culture, but because of the message of they're always giving some scripture in it, right? Now, of course, with reggae, there's some issues with Selassie this and Selassie that. So I push that to the side and I keep it moving. But it's not easy to give people the best results because everybody got different tastes and we all want to look good, right? Some people know how to be frugal, how to keep their monies in check, conservative, and they can go to Walmart and get a nice looking wardrobe because they can put things together, match, and you'll be like, oh, I didn't know that was from Walmart because they look good. Some people, no matter what they put on, they don't look right. That's just the way it is.
Their body shapes something.
But the Bible tells us that we are not supposed to mess with the accursed thing. So, Brother Shay, what you got for the brethren tonight?
Well, there's a lot to cover tonight, and hopefully the Most High can give us the right motivation, the right things to say, all in His glory. Because at the end of the class, at the end of our lives, everything is to His glory. So tonight we're going to look at the clothing. We talked about in previous classes, like you've done and I've done, we talked about clothes of what we should be wearing and things like that. And we would like to always update our people because things change.
Yes, that's right.
So this is a class we're doing tonight on the negative side of things, because last time we talked about things that we should wear. We talked about fabrics. Now we're going to talk about the things that the Most High is cringing upon because of how our enemy is crafty in doing so. So the accursed thing, and you can see on the screen right here, you have two individuals who are considered models, and I want to look into the whole Paris and France theme, why it's there, and if there's something about that, because the way how they have these buildings over there.
Yeah.
And we talked about where the designers get their influence from different feng shui, different spirits.
Angels, yeah.
So the same thing with the clothing design that we're going to get into. So the question is, are you wearing the devil's garments, or are you branded by the devil?
And you can see black and white is a Masonic color, basically. They got the white guy or the so-called white probably Asian mix or whatever, wearing black. This is a guy dressing like a woman. You can see that it's a feminine type of feel, vibe, you know, spirit on this designer and also this male model. And then this, I believe this is a woman.
Yes, this is a woman.
You can tell by her hands, the way her hands are, you can tell that that's definitely a woman, right? She's a thin-built woman, but then again, she looks like it's an angel's wings versus the other guy. I mean, the guy.
But if you look at their faces, they have the satanic symbol of the fingers that they have up, and that represents the 666. And there's a lot more that goes behind of that with hand signals and stuff like that. But the question is, are you wearing the devil's garments, or are you branded by the devil and his confederacy? Joshua 7 and 11, and we're going to get into that. For many of us, we never understand why we are still cursed, last in everything, and always losing. However, tonight we will show you how clothing plays a vital role in who you represent and how you represent them. Also, how spirits can attach themselves onto particular garments, causing it to be energized. This allows the person to have a certain feeling, mood, and attitude when they socialize. So the brother here is saying, what should I wear tonight? Because you know, every time you want to go out somewhere, we want to look good, we want to feel good. Or I should say, you want to be comfortable.
And you know what, even with perfumes, like when our people were in the world, and you were in the so-called dating scene, you know a certain type of dress for whatever occasion, or a certain type of cologne or perfume you put on based on that occasion. You study the art of attractiveness and things of that nature, right?
And we will talk about that too, as far as the smells and stuff to attract, because that all ties in with what you're wearing, because that's a scent that you're wearing on your body. But he's asking, what should I wear tonight? Because again, some of us want to be comfortable. We may not look good, but we want to feel comfortable. And sometimes that's not the best thing. Not everything is bad. So I just want to put a note out there, because some people would say, man, every time we look at something, there's always something bad about something. Nothing's good. But not everything is bad. We are just highlighting how the enemy uses and hides his wickedness in the things we use, okay? So again, we want to warn our people. Proverbs 16:21.
The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning.
Now I put this particular one here so we could just look at the word prudent. So let me pull this up to the side here and look at the word prudent. And it's just to kind of give us a little idea on what we're referring to. So read that here. Understanding, consider, prudent, perceive, regard, discern, instruct. So when you look into it, we have to have a spirit of discernment, be able to perceive when we see something, to have that understanding, that mindset to distinguish what's right from what's wrong. Because today, what the enemy does is he blurs the lines in everything that we have. So you don't know what's right from wrong. Well, not you, but the generation coming up have a harder time understanding what's right from wrong, because what it used to once be or was isn't anymore. The definition's changed, the goalpost has moved, and everything that was bad is now good, and everything that's good is now bad. So there's a whole lot of confusion that's there. Proverbs 19, verse 20 and 21.
It says, hear counsel, and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless, the counsel of Yahweh that shall stand.
So tonight, I want all of us to hear and to receive that righteous counsel, because it's not about pointing fingers or putting a brother or sister down, but it's about bringing that information that we may make the changes necessary within our houses, our households, our families, our lives, that we may be vessels of honor when we look at the whole picture. So we hear, we receive the instruction that we may be wise in these times, because we're living in the latter end, right?
That's right. That's right.
And everything that we've seen is just coming, fast at you, and there's no slowing down. We always pray, make the time short. There are many devices in man's heart. So we're going to see those types of devices that the enemies has put out. Joshua 7:11.
Israel have sinned. They have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them. But they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen, and disassembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff.
So we are being warned here, Mishpachah. When we're reading this, this may be written thousands of years ago, but it still applies today.
Still fresh.
You see in the background, I don't know if you can see, that's the Babylonian garments that some of the kings and men of honor wore. This is an example of that. So a war was happening, and the battle was being lost. And Joshua got on his knees and he asked the Most High, what is going on? Why are we losing? You said we're going to win this war. And the Most High said, someone amongst your camp has sinned. So when you read the story, go back to Joshua 7, read the whole story, and you'll get the whole essence of it. Go ahead.
As you were speaking, I remember some of the so-called superheroes like Batman, right? For him to have the spirit of being fearless, he donned the suit of a bat to kind of mimic vampires and things that make people afraid in the night. That spirit, he put on a certain spirit on him that he can be able to have results. Same thing with Thor, Wonder Woman, okay, all these different people, they put on certain things that attract certain types of spirits on them, and this is what we're talking about today. Those things are considered accursed because they're connected to different gods and demons, I would say, just demons. The gods are the demons.
So the Most High told him, Israel have sinned. There is someone amongst you that did not obey my law, statutes, and commandments. They have transgressed against the law, statutes, and commandments. They have taken the accursed thing. And we're going to look into see what the accursed thing is. So why are we discussing this tonight? Well, let's cover a few reasons. One, we are instructed to be set apart from all other peoples. Is that true?
Absolutely.
In the chat, if you believe that's true, put a 1. Do you believe that we are called to be set apart from all other nations? Or are we supposed to mingle and be like their other nations? So put a 1 if we are supposed to be set apart, put 2 if we're supposed to mingle. Everybody's putting 1, okay. We are instructed to not practice anything they practice. Is that true? Put a 1 if that's true, put a 2 if that's false.
And it depends, we don't want to be, we don't want to be extreme, right? If the people brush their teeth, doesn't mean to say we shouldn't brush our teeth either. Okay?
Yeah, we're not referring to that.
Yeah, we brush our teeth, you know what I mean? We fix our hair and so forth, you know. But there are certain things that definitely is anti-Messiah,
Torah.
Torah, and those are the things we have to keep in mind.
We are also instructed to teach our children and our people the things that they do against us, okay? We are instructed to warn our people when we see the signs. So when I see something or another brother or sister sees something, we are supposed to warn each other, not just keep the information to ourselves and be like, oh, well, because we don't know what trap or snare the enemy has right there that can affect you, your household, or your children.
Yeah.
So when you see something, we have to alarm it and say what it is. So let's look at it. Instructed to be set apart. We're going to cover a couple things. Exodus 13:12, Deuteronomy 14:2, and 1 Peter 2 and verse 9.
Is it 12 or 2? Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both man and of beast.
So
it is mine.
So the Most High is saying to sanctify unto him all the firstborn, because we are supposed to be set apart as soon as we come out the womb, unto him among all the children of Israel. As the first one that comes out, boom. Continue.
Deuteronomy 14:2. For you are the holy people unto Yahuwah your Elohim. And Yahuwah have chosen you to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth.
So that is simple to understand, Mishpika. We are supposed to be a holy people. Holy means what?
Set apart.
Set apart. Okay? Chosen to be a peculiar people unto himself. So
That's
it's not
right.
like I chose this or something. He is the one that selected and says, I'm going to have you as my favorite. Peculiar again means what? Weird.
Strange.
Strange.
Different.
Different compared to every other nation out there. And you know what? I really enjoy that. I'm actually excited. Whenever I read this, I'm like, man, I'm special. Above all nations that are upon the face of the earth. Continue. 1 Peter 2:9.
It says that you should show forth the praises of him who have called you.
No, read it again. But
Okay. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Hallelujah.
hold on, camera went off. Hold on.
Camera got jiggled.
Okay, there it is.
There we go.
So we again are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. Royal priesthood. When you look at royalty, there are so many different things that are required as far as royalty is concerned. We can't just say that we are royal and not act the part or be the part. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at what the world calls royalty today, they're not on the streets hanging around with bums. They have their own lifestyle that they live in, their own people that they walk with. They have their own security to be separated away from the normal people. So if we consider ourselves holy, why don't we act holy and royal?
That's right.
Okay. Now we're going to look at instructed to not practice. Deuteronomy 18:9, Jeremiah 10:2, and Exodus 23:2.
When you are come into the land which Yahuwah your Elohim giveth you, you shall not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
That's simple, Mishpachah. A lot of times we come into, especially like this country here that we call America. Some of us come from different backgrounds, and we come here, and as soon as we get here, it's like we like, woo! You start dressing the way they dress, eating the foods they eat, the music, everything. There's a whole transformation. He's like, who are you? So the Most High is saying, when we get the understanding that we have, when we are awakened, don't be like the other nations. Don't learn what they do. He calls it abomination. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 2. Thus saith Yahuwah, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Now, let me say something real quick on that in regards to the context of what we're discussing tonight. Most of the clothing that we're going to be looking at, there's a spiritual component which is connected to angels. And sometimes angels are numbered among the stars in the sense of how the occult deals with things. They look at the stars as angels likewise, right? This is why in many cases people in the old days used to refer to actors as movie stars.
Stars, yeah.
Movie stars, because it all connect back to luminaries up there in heavens, right? So be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Your Hollywood, your glamour, all these things, right? The way that they dress. For the heathen are dismayed at them. Wow, look at that. Look, did you see what what's her name? Angelina Jolie, or whatever her name is, Brad Pitt. Oh, you see how Denzel dressed? And well, Denzel's not really into a lot of stuff, but who knows? But do you see how certain people dress? And as a young again, this class is mainly for the young ones, right? You see these, you watch these award shows, and then the next time you go to school, you try to mimic that, you try to dress like that, you try to put on and don the same.
Because that's trending, that's the fashion. You know, that's, like they say, that's what's dripping right now. Exodus 23 and verse 2.
You shall not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shall you speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
And this ties in with the clothing still, because you can connect this in so many different ways, because the way you carry yourself also tells you who you're following. So if you're going to follow this multitude that's going down to damnation, who's following you? Because if you're going to be buying the clothing for your children, you're leading them down the path of unrighteousness. Or if you're going to purchase the clothes for yourself, your siblings, or whoever it is. So all of these things, we cannot practice or learn the ways that the things that they do. We have to separate ourselves. We are instructed to teach Deuteronomy 6 and 7, Proverbs 22 and 6, and Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 45:17.
And you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and shall talk of them when you sittest in your house, and when you walkest by the way, and when you liest down, and when you risest up. Proverbs 22 and 6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Hallelujah.
Sirach 45 and 17, he gave unto him his commandments and authority in the statutes of judgments, that he should teach Jacob the testimonies and inform Israel in his laws.
So, Mishpachah, we are supposed to teach our children every moment. Tonight, this is what we're doing. We're teaching our people. We're teaching them, warning them of the different dangers that are out there. So the young ones that are looking, or even some of us that are maybe older that may not have this information or understanding, we can all learn from this to change our ways, change the things that we have, and separate ourselves from these systems. So train the children, teach them the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
We are instructed to warn our people. So when people say, well, why you do these classes? Why we have to have these subjects and stuff? Well, let's see. Ezekiel 3 and verse 17, Ezekiel 33 verse 6, and Isaiah 58 and 1.
Our Creator is saying, Son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
So whenever things happen, this is not only my job, but as men of Israel, we're supposed to do this. When we see something, the world say, when you see something, say something,
right? Yeah.
In this case, when we see the dangers out there, we have to warn our people. We can't keep the information to ourselves. Why? Because we'll see now. Ezekiel 33 verse 6.
33 and 6. But if the watchman see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come, and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
So if I see something and I don't say something, and a brother or sister gets affected, guess what? I'm in trouble. I'm responsible because I'm supposed to be my brother's keeper. That is what you call loving your brother, your neighbor as yourself.
It's a difficult thing in this walk that I've been teaching for many years, where people will tell you they're so grateful to be here to learn, and they'll be there for a while, but there comes a point in time, I don't know if it's because of something on their end as far as what's going on in their life, but they get triggered by certain things, and then they just turn like an enemy. But we are called to at least, and I'll tell you something, Mishpachah. My experience have been, and many of y'all probably experience the same thing too, where you sit down in a church. I'm not saying all the churches are bad and evil. You might find some small groups that are really trying their best based upon what they know to do what is right. But most of the churches do not take the time out to look at what's going on in the world and make messages, like do the research and bring out the messages to warn the people, because children, all of us are living in a real world with real, things happening, right? Consequences. And if the watchmen don't take the time and see what's going on in the world and let the people know, hey, this could happen, this is what's going on, and stop just repeating the same old stuff over and over.
Right.
Talk to people, because people are living on a daily basis. It's not like if it's you're just reading a book, like a storybook on the weekends, and then you go back to whatever it is. That's not, the Torah is designed for real life applications, right? Real life every day. And so we have to take the time. That's what we're doing. Do the research, prepare stuff, because I've been tired of just sitting there and the world is going on and you don't know, well, how do we as young boys deal with issues of sexuality or clothing or, whatever trendy stuff is going on, because we're heavily influenced. You put on a TV and there's stuff hitting you left and right. I mean, even the commercials on YouTube.
Everywhere.
You're seeing sodomites. And after a while, you might start, stooping on, like sucking your teeth, right? Like they say.
Just shake your head.
Shaking your head or whatever it is for about a month, 2 months.
In disbelief.
And after a while, it just fades away. And it becomes normal for your children. Now, Frank is coming over by your son's house, and Frank is all over the place. He's going through changes. He's learning. He learned some things. His teacher said it's okay to experiment.
Frank get busted in the
with
back
boys
of the head. You get busted,
his age.
You get busted in the back of the head with a brick or something. So, Mishpachah, let's read the last one here, Isaiah 58:1.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet, and show my people, my people, their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
And this is what we're supposed to do every day. Sometimes we see our brothers and sisters on the street preaching and yelling and screaming. And this is what they're trying to accomplish, because we have a lot of, like you said, Rebbe, knuckleheads out there, hard-headed Hebrews. So when we are bringing things out, the text here in the prophecy says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet. So when you play a trumpet is what? It's loud. It's not some quiet little, soft harp or something. And it says, show my people their transgressions. And this is what we're doing tonight. We want to show you the different things out there. So let's get into it. What is the purpose of wearing clothes? So let's look at some things here. Read that for me.
Clothing is very important because it protects your body from the elements, distinguishes gender role, and highlights nationality.
So that's basically what we have clothes for. And we're going to get into it and see some examples, in the garden and all those different things to get down into it. So as we get into this tonight, take notes and make the changes that you need to make as you're going through this. Now look at some of these things here. We're going to get into some of these name brands here, just to call a few. There's one that says Obey over here. Obey who? Obey what? Rocksmith. We know Nike talks about the God competition and so forth. And when you get into a lot of these different signs and symbols, they all lead back to idolatry. But that's another
that
class,
Obey looks like what's his name? The Beast. They call him the Beast. Not Charles Manson. Forgot his name.
When you do the research on that, it's from a wrestler that they got the face, but it's talking about rebellion. Obey whatever you want.
That right there?
Yes.
Okay.
When you look at it. All right, so let's look at some. When you go back here a minute, it says highlight nationality. So we look at that first, because when you look at this here, the top right screen over here, Mishpachah, what does this outfit tell you these people are from? Let's see who in the chat is thinking. Where do you think these people reside? Hawaii. Okay, that's correct. One of the little islands out there. How about down here to the lower left?
China, Asia.
This is a Chinese traditional outfit here. And when you go through a lot of the Asian families, it's similar to what they're wearing right here. In the middle here,
It's more like Nigeria, West Africa.
one of the African countries. You can see how they're dressed, right? Down here, let me see who can guess this one.
That's the wilderness.
Russia. That's correct.
Rus.
Ruski. This is a Russian traditional outfit. Up here,
So-called Native
the
Americans.
so-called Native Americans right here. Okay. And you can see a lot of the different ways and fashions that they have. And there's so much more. I just picked a few just to kind of give you the idea of when you put on certain clothing, you represent a certain culture or a certain environment that you're coming from. Okay. Let's look at this one over here now. Occupation. When you put on certain outfits, it deems a certain occupation. So over here you have a military soldier. Down here you have a teacher. Over here is a mechanic. This is a chef, a police officer. Back here is a doctor. This is a lawyer. This is a student, and that's an astronaut that they call an astronaut, right? And there are many more. So when we look at the overall picture, clothing does a whole lot. What is the purpose of wearing clothing again?
To cover our shame and nakedness, to establish gender roles, to distinguish order and structure, to differentiate nationality and culture.
So the main thing is to cover our shame, because no one wants to walk around naked in their right mind. Establish gender roles. Today, the world wants to murky that. That's the whole agenda of pushing this sodomite lifestyle on the different clothing and styles that they wear. So like if you go to the stores today and before it would have male and female, or boys and girls, men, women, and then in the 90s they started to come out with what's the word I'm looking for?
Unisex.
Unisex.
Well, actually, I remember seeing unisex back
But I'm talking about
in the early
nationwide.
80s. Oh, nationwide.
Yeah, nationwide.
Early 80s, I remember seeing the stores as unisex, and I was a young. I was looking up like, what is sign says unisex?
And that was the beginning of the conditioning.
What is that?
And
Unisex.
now they move from unisex now to gender fluid or binary and all kinds of strange terminologies to muddy the water so you can be loose and lewd. To distinguish order talks about knowing your job, because as a high priest, and we're going to get into that, you had a certain outfit that you had to wear. You can't just come in with any old thing to serve the Most High. He required a certain outfit.
Yeah, you had a set apart smell, set apart garment, set apart everything, and then when you came out from that area, you had to leave your clothes on the
Yes.
job right there and put on whatever it is to go back to the local environment. Most High had order in everything that he did. And even with gender roles, it distinguishes order, like the male,
Right.
female, and things of that nature.
Blacksmith wore the clothes he wore so he could deal with the job. A farmer had the clothes he or she had to deal with the job, and so forth. To differentiate nationality and culture, and we saw that because I showed you the Asians, the Europeans, the Africans, and so forth of different nationalities on what they would wear.
And speaking about structure, you don't see too many suits on the farm. You don't see too many people with suit and tie, you know, with a plow,
No,
tractor.
you will never see that.
Picking strawberries in the field, right?
You won't see that.
If you see that, Wall Street has crashed. Everybody's picking strawberries now.
Hey, no. When you see that, you know the time is at hand because it says he can turn all those things into plowshares. So all those equipment that people have, they can do. Hey. All right. Satan has attacked every reason by promoting lewdness and gender neutrality.
Yeah.
As you can see this weird picture. This simply removes the order of life and laws that protect and govern them. And that's what they want to promote. No laws. Do whatever you want.
And that creature looks like a man, right? That's a man?
It's a man.
That's a man, right? You can tell it's a man who has been simplified into wickedness. That article I sent you.
Yes, I'm gonna pull that up now.
Okay.
So let's pull that first one up.
It's nonsense. That's a man. Look at that thing. And they put the garment close enough to the nips where it's not quite there where you can see it. It suggests certain things, and you're not sure what you're looking at.
Right.
It's Satan, as I tell them, if you drop it down a couple of degrees lower, move it this way, this is what's going to happen to the spirit. Yeah, and you don't realize what's going on. So this is an article called Occult Dress, right? Dealing with the occult. And I'm just going to pull out, for time's sake, a couple of things here, the highlighted part. Occult dress is used when participating in magic rites, rituals, or ceremonies. Western occult dress has three primary functions. Psychologically place the wearer in an extraordinary, sense of reality. Mm-hmm. Now that part there I want to kind of focus on. Placing the wearer in an extraordinary sense of reality. Mm-hmm. Extraordinary sense
that ties
of
with
reality.
The whole
what reality is that, right? To identify the status of the wearer within a social group, just like the gender neutrality that you have here, to identify the status, right? Number three, to indicate the beliefs of the wearers. Now, we're not talking about regular clothes. We're talking about occult dress. Mm-hmm. So on the spiritual side, there's something extraordinary that's going on here. And there's a status that's going on here to identify the status and also the beliefs. When you think about beliefs, it's dealing with what? Who you worship.
Who you worship.
Then when it comes to the other part, it says clothing, and I'll move on. Mm-hmm. Occult beliefs promote nudity as occult dress. Occult beliefs promote nudity as occult dress. Now think about how when you look at, for example, that so-called model, which is nothing more than an idol, of that guy.
This one right here.
Yeah, that dude right there.
See,
you see, he's mostly certain parts is nude, right?
Yep, that's what they want to expose.
Right. So that pulls you, in the mind's eye, it pulls you into that occultic mindset where they want you to be, right? It says because clothing is believed to impede the flow of magical energies. Now, this makes a lot of sense when the Most High said to Adam, first thing Adam and Eve did when they found out that they were contaminated, right, or compromised, they sewed together fig leaves, right, and covered themselves. And then what the Most High did was went a step further. And putting skins on their bodies, right?
Stronger and better.
Right. And the reason why he did that is because they're being exposed to the spiritual realm.
Yes.
Okay? Demonic realm. First thing that he did, he put that on. Because if let's be real. If nothing happened, then why would he have to do that?
Exactly.
If it was nothing happened, I mean, it was just husband and wife. Who else was there? Why would he want to do that? Right? And why didn't he come to them when the Bible says, and Adam knew his wife and they had a child called Cain, right? The Most High could have come down and says, okay, now, you're going to have a son, you're going to have a child, put some clothes on.
Yeah.
So before they even got kicked out of the garden, brethren. So that means to say that this thing here is telling us something important. Clothing is believed to impede the flow of magical energy. So it says through the body, from the surrounding environment. So are we been under attack? Are we getting a lot of what do you call it, demonic forces that are attacking us? Yes, brothers and sisters, every single day, every moment. So the Most High was trying to protect us from these things. And you can leave the rest for another time.
Okay, let's go here, because you were just talking about that. Let's read that and see.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and 7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Verses 21. Unto Adam also and to his wife did you make coats of skins and clothe them.
So exactly what you just said a while ago with the comparison of material. Because why did they straight away clothe themselves? It's just them two. Who are they afraid of? So these questions you ask, the answers will be found. But that will go into another side of the class. So the Most High gave them coats of skin and clothed them for this particular reason, to protect them, okay? Not only from the elements, but to protect them spiritually from infestation. Because when you go down later on and you see, when you read through Genesis chapter 6, chapter 5 and 6, and then later on we go into Joshua and stuff, and Jubilees, you see how the fallen angels and stuff were attracted and did a lot of different things, okay? So this is very important when it comes to covering yourself up, okay? Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto you, your Elohim.
So look at this right here. This right here once was a man that turned to be a woman. It's blurry.
Yeah, the camera's acting a little funny.
Let me stop it a minute. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
It seems like when we do in certain classes, the enemy always try to mess with.
Can y'all see us clear?
Okay, we're clear now.
Okay. So again, this once was a man over here, and it turned to be a woman. And over here, this once was a woman that turned to be a man. And when you take certain chemicals, you change your body. But we all know this character right here that plays this character right here. And the scripture is telling us that we, as Israelite men, should not put on a woman's garment, or a woman shouldn't put on a man's garment. That is the law. Because when you do that, you're taking on the role and responsibility of that person. It's like you're filling that void, getting that power from that role and responsibility. Because with that role comes that power and that responsibility. So when you put on that garment, you take on that character.
I don't understand how a man could sit down and transform himself into a woman with a wig and makeup, and then walk around trying to speak like one. And it's not like if this is like a one-time deal. This is like
this is normal.
You got to practice. And remember, you did the class and you showed about the spirit. With the actors and stuff from what's his name again? Forgot his name.
From Keith Ledger, that one with the Joker.
No, not him. The guy he says as an actor. Forgot his name. He acted in Crash, the movie Crash. Right, the actor.
Okay.
Remember him? And he put on. He was talking about when you act certain roles, that spirit stays on you and it continues. Terrence, Terrence.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Howard. Yes, and it transforms you, and sometimes that person will really think that they are that individual, whatever spirit that they're trying to portray.
When you get a chance, Mr. McCall, go Google or go to YouTube and look at the Joker, the guy who played the Joker, and they tell you the story of what happened to him. He stayed in the hotel for, I think, 3 months, away from everyone, just practicing that role. And when he came out, he could not leave that spirit. He was in that role, and he ended up taking his life. Clothing that we wear not only plays a part with the role we play, but defines the character, like we were saying, okay, in a way which separates them from the normal. So when you look at this firefighter here, he has to put on this outfit to go into the fire, because without this outfit, he cannot battle or fight the fire. He will be burned. So certain things he has to put on that is designed for that job.
Mm-hmm. Well,
let's look at this here. You was talking about Superman, right?
Yeah.
Superman's suit, Batman's mask and cape, the Black Panther's suit, all designed to support their job and accomplish their mission. So when you look at these guys here, they try to hide their identity. So like having a dual personality. 1 minute you got the glasses on. Let me see. I'm Clark Kent today.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't notice it. I take the glasses off. Ooh, who's that? So little things like that, people try to define the character. And that changes the whole perception. Now let's get into some things here now. Even the priest of the Most High has special clothing that is required to be worn during service. Exodus 35:19 and Ezekiel 42:14.
The cloths of the service to do service in the holy place, the garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons to minister in the priest's office. Ezekiel 42:14. When the priests enter therein, then shall they not go out of the holy place into the other court. But there they shall lay their garments therein, wherein they minister, for they are holy, and shall put on other garments, and shall approach to those things which are for the people.
So you can't wear what's holy among normal people, because you will be contaminated. That's basically what the Most High is saying. I want you to put on this specific garment, these specific things that are going to represent you and I together in doing this service. And then once you step away from that office, you take off those garments, those clothing, you put it aside, you put on normal clothing, and then you address the people. Mm-hmm. And you take care of normal business. Mm-hmm. Because now you're not mixing or contaminating, because we're going to see certain things have certain energies and certain powers that still attach themselves to it. When we say power, we're talking about the spirit behind of it. So it's not like you watching a cartoon and like you just zap something. That's how the world perceives it. But there's a spirit behind every single thing that we have. And
speaking about changing of garments, even when I was growing up, a lot of times you would never see your parents with the underwear on. Mm-mm. You would see mommy with her, bra, whatever. She'll be in the room. When she comes out, she's fully clothed.
Yep.
And so, we set apart. We had boundaries and lines drawn, according to the way of the Most High.
That's right. So what makes it accursed? So we're going to look at some things tonight and learn why we have this class tonight. Now, before I read this here, look up to the top. You see those little symbols right there? Just remember that, because some of those things are on clothing. You don't even realize it, Mishpachah. Mm-hmm. Those are harboring spirits. We're going to talk about that. I've even seen some Hebrews have this dream catcher in their cars and stuff. And all you're doing is harboring spirits. That's what you call a doorway or a portal for a demon to come through and visit you. While you're right there driving, you have other spirits, other passengers with you, and you're not aware of it. These are objects to which demons cling. Let me read it again. These are objects to which demons cling. That is, anything used in the worship of the devil, Satan, or in serving Satan is a legal ground for demons. So what we're talking about is familiar objects. Familiar objects are where spirits are attached to that particular object, energizing it and giving it a purpose as a, how should I say, as a place to actually come and dwell. Okay? I'm trying to find the right word here. So it's like a landing zone, a safe, I don't want to say safe, but a place where they can come and dwell, and then they can transfer that energy into you. And now things are looking different around you. In other words, demons have a legal right to cling onto or use such objects. Let's explore a few scriptures that provide more insight into this. So we're going to look at some things here. Deuteronomy 7:25 and 26.
The graven images of their gods shall you burn with fire.
That's a direct order. Continue.
You shall not desire the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it unto you, lest you be snared therein.
Because it's flashy and it's glittery, and it attracts you. And therefore you're like, oh, that's really nice. And before you know it, you become conditioned to whatever sign, symbol, or object that thing is attached to. And before you know it, you're trapped. You're snared. Continue.
Lest you be snared therein, for it is an abomination to Yahweh your Elohim.
Abomination, a detestable thing. He hates it.
Yeah, what you were talking about was like a portal where the spirits can manifest themselves because you made an entryway for them to come through. And once they get in, that doorway is hard to get them out. It's like the genie. It's like you set a target for the genie to come in. You know, so the genie's trapped within your body. Your body's a vessel. That demon is stuck. You're possessed by it, you know. Deuteronomy 7 and 26, neither shall you bring an abomination into your house, lest you be a cursed thing like it, but you shall utterly detest it, and you shall utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
A cursed thing, Mishpachah, is anything that is anti-Torah, anything that represents the evil that is out there, that does not represent life.
If you notice the way the Most High is worded in this last part, it says, but you shall utterly detest it, abhor it. Those two words
means abomination.
What happens is that before we put our hands in something, we find desire. Desire gives us the fuel, the motivation. It's the engine that drives us to put our hands in certain things, to covet, to touch, to smell, to taste, here. Whatever.
See? Right there.
Yep. You should not desire. And so he wants to get you to that place before the engine gets fuel. Because once that engine gets fuel, because all of us are born in sin, and there's a little engine there, and it's waiting for the right fuel to go into it, whether it's kerosene, alcohol, gasoline, diesel, whatever, electricity, whatever that type of thing is fueled by, that's what it needs, right? And he wants to stop before it even gets to that point, brothers and sisters. So we detest it, we abhor it, you know, like doo-doo. If you see flies around a cake, that's enough to, like, you know,
something's wrong with the cake.
If you walk by and smell something before you get to the bakery shop, that's gonna change your mind. If you know, you go to the bathroom at a restaurant and you see the walls is covered in brown and toilet paper stuck on the ceiling, that sends a message like, Nuh-uh. I'm sorry, I can't eat in here.
I can't even step foot in there.
Exactly.
It's like you just pause, you stop right in your tracks, and you do an about face and turn around. Sister Dauda mentioned as for the holy garments when making them, and yes, for the sisters, when you're making holy garments like the talit, keepers, different things like that for your husband, or even if you're just making it to sell to the congregation or whatever it is, you have to be in a clean state also. You cannot be in a compromised state of mind or on your nada or injured or anything like that. You have to be clean also. So that's very important.
Yeah, pretty much anything that we do when you're cooking food,
Yes.
you have to have the right spirit.
Yes.
I already said that in previous classes. There ain't no woman coming cooking for me. You're cooking, whoever's cooking, you gotta make sure you're in the right spirit because that spirit goes into the meal.
It goes into anything. If you are not in the right mind frame spirit, it will affect the rest of the mood around you. All right, let's look at some things here. Shapes and designs that are interwoven or printed along with other various objects can also harbor evil spirits. So up here, you see little earrings. Let me go back a minute. Remember these symbols over here?
What's that green one?
I didn't dig into it too much, but
Okay.
it's like it's a charm that harbors or attracts. It's one of those
I have
earth, wind, fire,
website.
water symbols. Right here in the ear. See them right here on the little triangle. These are all occultic symbols right here. A magic item is an object that is imbued with magic powers. So what they're saying is that the creators of these jewelries, clothing, various things that you wear, they would come in, they would put their curse or spell on it, and then infuse it with that spirit, and then you take it and you wear it, and then all of a sudden you start to change. These items may act on their own to be the tools of the character possessing them. Down here you see the crystals. You have to be very careful, Mishpachah, of where you're getting your things from. Not because it looks good or a friend gave it to you. A lot of these things have familiar spirits attached to them, and you bring them into your homes. Prayer beads. Look down here, it says, be made whole. This is a church over here that's doing some kind of anniversary for prayer and healing. And they have this prayer cloth that they use. A lot of things that you have to be careful for. Over here, you see the crystals over here, and then you see the chakra stones that they put in. A lot of Far Eastern practices that they have here. He's going to...
No, you keep it going. I'm just looking for something here, trying to find.
So these are things right here. That deals with the earth, wind, fire. I forget there's a term. I forget what they call it. Elements. The earth, wind, fire, wind, water, things like that. And that's what that is. So what makes it accursed? 1 Samuel 15 and verse 9.
But Saul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly.
So over here, there's an illustration of King Agag over here, and these are the sheep that was bleating in the ears of Samuel. Samuel came by, he's like, what is all this bleating I hear? And, Saul is like,
Kind of like you remind me of Moses when he came down the mountain. What's all this music that I'm hearing?
And Joshua was like, there's war. Moses says, there ain't no war. They're down there having jam session.
Yeah.
So the Most High give instructions for a reason. The other nations serve other gods. The other gods are attached to demons. And when you have these familiar objects that these spirits attach themselves to, and you take a hold of them, those spirits come to you. So who are you serving? Are you serving the Most High, or are you serving Satan? Because the Most High is telling you to stay away from these things, why are you in possession of these things? Okay? Can clothing emit or hold in energy? Let's look at this here. This is very interesting. Exodus 34, 33, and 34.
Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face.
Now, he just came from speaking with the Most High. And the presence of the Most High is basically on him. It says it shone on him. So it was like bright. So as he's seeing the Most High, they're seeing him. Or I should say he's seeing Yeshua, they're seeing him. And he put a veil on his face just to protect, because it was too bright and too powerful. Continue.
But when Moses went in before Yahweh to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel that which he was commanded.
So Moses had to put this veil on. Do you think that veil had power, Mishpachah, attached to it? Think about that for a minute. 2 Kings 13 and 21. Can anything hold power? That's the question I want to ask. Can anything hold power? 2 Kings 13, 21.
And it came to pass, as they were burying a man, that behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man into the sepulchre of Elisha. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet.
So just by the man that was dead, that fell into that grave, and his dead body touched the bones of a righteous prophet, immediately he came back to life. So that tells me that sometimes, even on the righteous side, the power of the Most High is still attached to certain things. That's why the body of Moses is hidden. The body of a lot of the prophets are hidden for this reason. When you watch certain movies that talk about trying to find the Ark of the Covenant, trying to find all these different things that the Most High has hidden from them, because there is power still attached to these things, Mishpachah. Okay? Now let's look at something here. Joshua 7. Let's look at Joshua chapter 7, and we're going to read from verses 24 to verse 30. Okay, this is interesting here. I'm going to read this right here.
All right. The book of Joshua, it's chapter 7. And the garments of skin which Elohim made for Adam and his wife when they went out of the garden were given to Cush. For after the death of Adam and his wife, the garments were given to Enoch, the son of Jared. And when Enoch was taken up to Elohim, he gave them to Methuselah, his son. And at the death of Methuselah, Noah took them and brought them to the ark, and they were with him until he went out of the ark.
So this is hand-me-downs. I shouldn't say hand-me-downs, but it was handed down as, we call it what, relics? We call it things that, that you cherish.
That's like the first museum.
Right. This is what the Most High, this is the skins that our great-grandpappy wore.
Yeah.
And so forth. Now continue. Verse 28.
It says, 27.
27.
Okay, and in their going out, Ham stole those garments from Noah, his father, and he took them and hid them from his brothers. And when Ham begat his firstborn, Cush, he gave him the garments in secret, and they were with Cush many days. And Cush also concealed them from his sons and brothers, and when Cush had begotten Nimrod, he gave him those garments through his love for him. And Nimrod grew up, and when he was 20 years old, he put on those garments. And Nimrod became strong when he put on the garments. And Elohim gave him might and strength, and he was a mighty hunter in the earth. Yea, he was a mighty hunter in the field. And he hunted the animals, and he built altars, and he offered upon them the animals before Yahweh.
So he started off doing things righteously. And then later on in the story, he switched. An evil spirit came upon him. So I'm bringing this to show you that yes, even in your clothing, energy can be emitted or held in objects, in clothing, because there is a spirit that's attached to it. In this case, when we read with Moses here, the spirit of Yahuwah is attached to this veil. With the bones of Elisha, the spirit of Yahuwah is attached to those bones. In the case of Joshua, the spirit of the Most High is attached to those skins of coat, or the coats of skin, because the Most High is the one that is behind that. The spirit of the Most High is behind that. Now, as we get into the class, we're going to see that the reverse of that, other spirits can be attached to clothing and objects. Yes.
I want you to click on that link. There's two links. The first one they sent you, let's pull it up first. Just to show you spirits are attached to certain symbols. Some of y'all may be familiar with this symbol here. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. Now, I had spoken some years ago to a certain Hebress, I put it that way, and told her, because she asked me about the symbol, I says that symbol should not be worn. And after counsel, she still went ahead and used the symbol on her clothing. So this is a spirit being. Now she said, "Oh, it's the Indians used to." I said, do you realize that a lot of things that's out there, just because it says Indian or whatever the case may be, that you should just put things on just because? All right, so let's click on the other link right over here. Mm-hmm. And I want to share with you the spirit that's behind this, right? Here it is right here. It's a fertility deity, usually depicted as a humpback flute player, often with feathers and antenna-like protrusions on his head, who is venerated by some of the Native American cultures in the Southwest, right? South USA. It says it presides over both childbirth and agriculture. He is also a trickster. Mm-hmm. And represents the spirit of music. Now, when you think about a trickster,
mm-hmm. One person pops into mind already.
That's
Pan.
Satan. That's Pan. That is low key.
Playing the flute.
Even the word low key, when somebody says, "Oh, I'm kind of low key," yeah.
See right here.
Think about it.
The silly old fox.
Yep. It's a trickster, and the Pan is the one. Type in the word Pan right in there. Go to Wikipedia. Type in Pan and flute. Pan, P-A-N and flute. God, Pan the God, Pan the God. God, yeah, right there. Mm-hmm. See Pan with the flute, a trickster. Scrolling down. Mm-hmm. It's all Greek. Right there. Is a god of wild shepherds, flocks, rustic music, and so forth, right? And he's also often, see right here, often affiliated with sex. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. Pan is connected to what? Fertility. Go back to the Kopo, whatever that is called. That right there.
Let me open it back.
You closed it.
Let me open a new one.
Okay. I always got a flute in the mouth. So.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. Say, trickster.
Fertility.
And it's associated with fertility, deities. Mm-hmm. That's demons. All right, you can close it out. I just wanted to share that because, you see, I'm not a dummy. And like I said before, I have done enough research to have a master key of understanding when it comes to a lot of these things. Mm-hmm. So when I counsel people, the Bible says, in dealing with the Levi, when Levi or the priest counsel you and you don't take it, is death to your behind.
That's right.
You drop dead. It may not happen right away, but it happens to people who don't listen to sound counsel of the Most High. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what else to say. I just left the individual alone.
You warned them. You sounded the trumpet. That's
they don't want to hear. It just brushed the whole thing off.
The blood is not on your hand now. It's on theirs. All right, question, Mishpachah, faith or garment? Matthew 14:36.
It reads this way, and besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched were made perfectly whole.
So is that faith, or was that the garment? Or was it both?
It's both.
Acts 19 and verse 12.
So that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, like the apron, and the diseases departed from them, and the evil spirits went out of them.
See, the devil wants to make commerce off of everything. So this happened, and then you go back to another church out there selling
Trinkets.
handkerchiefs, and you ask them, where did you get this from? Oh, this is from the cloth. They have a piece of cloth from a piece of cloth from, the apostle days that has been passed down.
Relics.
But really and truly, those things are full of demons, because the Most High didn't instruct any of them to do that. This happened just like with the staff with Moses. It was there for a reason. But now they take it, now they want to worship the serpent.
I was watching something that showed up in my YouTube feed, or this artist who was just showing his home off, and he called the name of his home. This is a beautiful home in Jamaica that he built, and so a white Gentile artist who's into different types of music. But anyway, beautiful home. He called the house Pompeii. And I'm thinking, well, Pompeii. Isn't that the place that the Most High burnt down like Sodom and Gomorrah because it was lewd and all kinds of sexual depravity?
Also.
And then he went so far in buying one of the vases from Pompeii itself. He said it was covered with ash. He got it cleaned up, restored, and there was also some bones in it. So it's a vase. I says, well, wait a minute. It's big. It wasn't a vase. It was an urn. It was an urn. People put their bones in that thing. So he basically bought an urn from Pompeii.
We're going to see some stuff like that with some of these artists and celebrities who have a lot of these clothing lines doing the same thing.
And you're looking at the vase. Oh, that's a beautiful piece of work of art. Wow. Where did you get it from? Pompeii? Oh, I don't know who Pompeii is, but it sounds like it's something special.
Rome.
And then you put the thing in your house, not realizing that spirit, whoever was buried in that thing, haunting you behind all over the place.
Yep. Mishmaka, if there are holy garments, don't you think that they are also unholy garments? Exodus 28 and 2.
That's right. And you shall make holy garments for Aaron, your brother, for glory and for beauty.
So the Most High is saying, look good. I want you to make some good-looking garments because you're representing me. And these are going to be holy garments, set apart. So if the Most High has his good-looking, set-apart garments, don't you think Satan have his good-looking, set-apart garments?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Joshua 7:11, again, and then we read verse 21.
Israel have sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them. For they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen, and disassembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff. Verses 21. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them and took them.
So his eyes got wide and big. He saw, he's like, man, these threads, whoo, soft. Man, look at that. Look at that gold over there.
Now, I wonder where he's going to wear that stuff.
That's the point.
Because it's like you got something that nobody in Israel wears. Wait, I guess he's going to wear it in his house. He's going to look, peep through the tent.
Keep reading,
see
keep
who's coming.
keep reading.
And behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and silver under it. Probably he's going to sell it.
So he had to hide it. Well, maybe he's going to sell it, because if you have to hide it from your people, then why do you have it? You're like some of our brothers and sisters out there, they hide stuff from, or Rebbe's coming in town, so let me
No, not Rebbe. Not Rebbe. Rebbe's not coming in town.
Let me put this stuff in the basement or something so he won't see it.
Yeah. He's going to talk about it.
Mishpachah, the devil also has his garments, okay? Now let's look at some articles here a minute, because we're gonna get into a lot of things here that's gonna open your eyes. Pull this to the side. This one here, it's right here. This is the first one we're gonna get into. So this is from Hero. Open it big so we can see it. It says Bewitching from McQueen to Dior.
McQueen to Dior.
Now Dior is a brand, a famous popular brand that a lot of fashion industry goes behind. So let's see what it says here. You see the picture right here?
Pentagram.
Now, a lot of times you don't really see it, but they have a lot of these symbols on the stage. So when the artists come out or when the model comes out, they are putting that, I won't say blessing because they say they're blessed, but they're actually cursing it because they reverse the words. They're putting that curse on that brand, on that design. So when it goes out to the industry, into the stores, now you're hooked to this brand, okay?
So that's a runway.
Yes.
For models.
Let's read the highlight. This is back in 2018.
It reads this way: although Halloween provides us with an excuse to raid pawn shops in a quest for witches hats, and fake blood, entertaining the darker recesses of our minds, in the world of fashion, witchcraft, and the occult has long held a trendy catch-it that transcends the festival's seasonal appeal.
So this is their festive time that they're talking about, but it goes deeper than that. Let's continue reading.
We may have progressed since the times of burning at the stake, but women are still routinely shamed and humiliated, and fashion's witchy bent can be seen as a means of reclaiming power.
So that feminist spirit goes out into a lot of these clothing too. And now you're reclaiming that witchy power back, because once upon a time, they were burned to the stake. This is what this person is saying. Let's read this one here.
In memory of Elizabeth Howie, Salem, 1692, McQueen traced a blood-red pentagram inside a black sand circle on the floor of the catwalk upon which the models walk. That's the same thing.
So this is the picture right here. So the models come out, they put on the outfit that is designed, and then that spirit attaches it to that design.
Let me say something real quick. Now, we may not be acquainted with some of these so-called, this is a performance, this is a cult performance, hidden or disguised as a fashion show, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we may never have known about this stuff at all, but we would have bought shoes or clothing or something with this person, Alexander McQueen. Mm-hmm. Something we've probably gone to TJ Maxx or one of those budget stores or something and picked up something that is, with this designer's name on it, not knowing that this designer is connected to the occult family. You see that?
Yep. Let's look at this other article here. This one is Fashion and Beauty. Why witchcraft and the occult is so hot right now. This is back in 2016. Look at it right here.
From the Craft, it says, nevertheless, it seems that an ancient power is being harnessed to tackle the patriarchy in the form of witchcraft. That means fighting against the male order. Mm-hmm. By channeling such femme energy, women have been summoning the powers of the supernatural more than ever across the world of fashion, film, music, transforming it into one of the hottest trends right now. Let me read that part again.
So they're all tied together.
Women have been summoning the powers of the supernatural, that's the demon world, more than ever across the world of fashion, I say clothing, also the film and music. Some heavy rain out there. And music, right? So this is a form of rebellion against the order that the Most High set up. Like you said in early in the article, right? In your slides, that it's against culture and order and such like, right? So basically what we're seeing is nothing more than witchcraft. Witchcraft.
Look at the runway here now.
On the runway, occult imagery and pagan references were rife on the SS-17 catwalks with Gucci. Wait a minute. Occult imagery with Gucci,
Yep.
Dior, and Preen by Thornton Bregazzi, all getting in on the act.
So you see, these people go behind the scenes, and they are incorporating a lot of this mysticism right here that you see with tarot cards and occultic symbols, symbology, and they're putting it in the clothing without you even realizing it.
Look at the demon coming out of this person's mouth. You see that? See the demon coming out? Doorways. So you have to ask yourself this question. Do I own a Gucci bag? A Gucci perfume? Or Gucci stuff? Or one of those designer stuff? That's where you have to investigate. And I'll be honest with you. We don't really think about these things when we go shopping. We just pick up, we smell something, we look at something, oh, it's nice, the price is right. He says, you know, I'll get it. It's only when we have class that we are reminded that we see certain things and then we say, oh my, what, now you got to get rid of that thing, right? Mm-hmm. So, yes, Mishpika.
Read this one here on the internet.
On the internet, the world of witchcraft is going strong on Instagram with accounts such as at Nightflesh, at the Hood Witch, at Chakrubs, at Energy Muse, amassing thousands of followers with their posts relating to the occult, chakras, and ancient feminine energy.
Scroll down here a minute. Let's go right down.
Some little things in there. All right. Let's see. All the little nose rings and the one that looks like a bull. We're not talking about the other one on the side, but the one like a bull. The celeb endorsement.
So celebrities are the ones pushing this now.
The one of the most important accoutrements for any witch are the right crystals. Living in a complex world, they can be a great source of common energy. If you don't know where to start, check out the selection by Adina Mills, championed by feminist icons such as Lena Dunham, Pink, Bjork, or visit Lena Dunham's other favorite energy muse. Even Victoria Beckham is rumored to have jumped on the latest celeb obsession.
So they have familiar spirits attached to these crystals that they're endorsing. They have these, see some objects right here in their hand, the clothing, all that stuff, the necklace, the jewelry, all that stuff that they're pushing in the movies and in the music. I think that's all I wanted for this one here.
Yeah, that feminine energy, which is a call against the male authority that's out there.
Okay, this one is The Dark Side of Fashion, Exploring the Occult and Satanic Trends.
All right, it says the rise of occultic and satanic symbols in high fashion. In recent years, the fashion industry has seen a rise in the use of occult and satanic symbols in high fashion. From the runways of Paris to the streets of New York, these symbols have become increasingly popular among fashion designers and trendsetters alike.
So all of the industry, they know exactly what they're doing. They create these signs and symbols that the demons are attached to, and now since they embed it in their clothing line and designs, it is becoming a trend, popular. Okay.
The use of occult and satanic symbols in fashion is nothing new. In the 19th century, the French symbolist movement embraced the use of occult symbols in their artwork and fashion. This trend has continued to this day, with many fashion designers incorporating occult and satanic symbols into their designs. The use of these symbols has become increasingly popular in recent years, with many fashion designers using them to create a sense of mystery and intrigue.
So today they're still doing it, Mishpachah. Okay? Everything that you're wearing, that's why you see, like, right now, if I don't put my own design on it, it's a plain something. No name, plain something. Because a lot of these different companies out there, they embed in their little symbols and brand names occult symbols.
But Pinker says, notice how social media has created discipleship, and they call them followers.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
For example, the fashion house of Balmain, sounds like Balaam to me, right? Or Baalmain, has used occult symbols in their designs, such as the Eye of Horus and the pentagram. Other designers, such as Alexander McQueen, which we talked about before, have used symbols such as the skull and crossbones to create a sense of edginess and rebellion.
So your children should have nothing with skulls on it, or crossbones, or any of those things. You know, growing up, he would never give us those things.
No.
And even as I became, my own man and bought my own clothes, those things I was never, had a taste to things of death and skulls and bones. It's like
the only bones we dealt with was chicken bones and fish bones, and then we throw them out to
the dogs.
We throw them out. Outside, and they will tear those things up. We didn't mess with no bones. The use of occult and satanic symbols in fashion is not without controversy. Some people view the use of these symbols as a sign of disrespect for religious beliefs, while others view them as a way to express individuality and creativity. Whatever the opinion, it is clear that these symbols are becoming increasingly popular in the fashion world. Whether you love or hate the use of occult and satanic symbols in fashion, it is clear that they are here to stay. As fashion continues to evolve, it is likely that these symbols will become even more important in the years to come. Next segment is explore the dark side of fashion, how occult and satanic trends are influencing the industry. The fashion industry has been a place of experimentation and pushing boundaries. But in recent years, a darker side of fashion has emerged. Occult and satanic trends have been infiltrating the industry, from high-end designers to streetwear labels. Streetwear labels?
The lower end.
Sports, right? Sportwear. While some may find these trends controversial, they are undeniably influencing the fashion world.
Now, a lot of these owners and the name brands, when you look at it, they're homosexuals. A lot of these men behind the scenes and women behind the scenes, they practice homosexuality.
Yep.
And then they push this within their clothes. That energy goes off to them. Read this one here.
The influence of occult and satanic trends in fashion is not limited to the runway.
So it starts there, but it ends up in your home. Go ahead.
Many streetwear labels have embraced these trends, creating clothing and accessories with occult and satanic symbols. These items have become popular among young people who often use them to express their individual style.
Look at that right there, see?
It's madness. Madness.
And that's supposed to be fashion. Like what is fashionable about that?
The fashion industry has long been a source of inspiration for many, but in recent years it has been infiltrated by occult and satanic trends. From the dark and gothic clothing to occult symbols and references, these trends have become increasingly popular in the fashion world. While some may view these trends as simply a way to express one individuality, there are some who believe that these trends are more than just a fashion statement.
So that's what they'll tell you. Oh, they're just going through a phase in life, or stage in their life. Nonsense. take them out back and get them a good beating. And you see them change back fast.
Malkut.
See what else I need. Okay.
Don't use the word thing, just use the Hebrew. Malkut. Give them a good Malkut.
This last one here.
How occult and satanic trends are changing the way we dress. The fashion industry has always been a reflection of the times. I've always talked about that, reflection of the times. And the current trend of occult and satanic inspired clothing is no exception. From dark and edgy streetwear to high-end designer pieces, the influence of occult and satanic is becoming increasingly visible in the way we dress, which reminds me of Kanye West Sunday service. There was something gothic about the colors. They were not quite bright and uplifting. They were kind of like dull pink and dull blue and grays, certain grays, very bland, drab-looking thing, and something about it was like.
Look into that too, because I got an article.
Watching
on
that thing was like, this thing don't make any sense, Yeah, gloomy. The trend is also being driven by the rise of social media and the internet, with the ability to access and share images and ideas from around the world. It is easier than ever to find, and share occult and satanic-inspired fashion. This has allowed the trend to spread quickly and become more mainstream.
Just like Brother Pincus was saying, you have those followers or disciples in Satan's service.
Yep.
And that's what's happening.
The trend is also being driven by the rise of alternative music genres such as metal and industrial.
And hip-hop.
Yeah, and gospel. Remember?
And gospel too.
Was
We
it
covered
alt-Christian?
Alt-Christian, alternative Christian music that they call. I don't know, how can you have alternative Christian?
These genres often feature occult and satanic imagery, which has helped to make the trend more mainstream. Overall, the trend of occult and satanic-inspired clothing is changing the way we dress. It's becoming more mainstream and accepted. This article has been repeating the same thing over and over.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, we got the point.
I'm gonna read the next one.
That whoever wrote that thing, yeah.
Okay, this one here, let's see. So this one is faith and theology, and is fashion a demonic power? You can see right here.
It's a little bit bigger for the old host to see. No, this one. Okay, there you go. All right, in Carl's.
Hold on, let me open it wider.
All right, in Carl's Barth discussion of the Lordless powers, published in the Church Dogmatics Lecture Fragments, The Christian Life, there is a delightful, funny analysis of the way fashion operates as a demonic power. Here, fashion is placed alongside other humorous principalities such as sport, transport, and technology.
So when it comes to the way our technology is going today, with AI, in sports, and even when you buy your automobiles and stuff, all the different things that they put together, they have demonic spirits attached to these things. That's basically what it's saying here.
Here's what he has to say about fashion. Quote, who or what really determines fashion? The fashion to which man thinks he must obediently subject clothes, headgear, and hairstyle, the alternation of assurance and then of exposure first to the rather sympathetic astonishment and then to the horror and amusement of those who think they must follow the new fashion. How is it that women's fashions change so much more quickly and soundly and intensively than men's?
Mm-hmm. So if you look at this picture right here, I mean, just look at this.
That's George Boy.
You have
George the Boy and Campbell. And Campbell soup.
Yeah. Sign of rebellion over here and his genital parts over here. See right there?
Yeah, yep.
He has the satanic star, the star of Moloch.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has a gun around his neck. the face that has, and right here, he has an eye. That's the rebellion eye. When you look at it, and I'll show you, matter of fact, let me show you a picture of the rebellion eye. So a lot of people may not know of this here. Let me pull up rebellion eye so you can see it.
Yes, brethren. As you can see clearly, there's a lot of different nonsenses out there, and we all know a lot of things, but sometimes they have evolved those symbols in such a way or transformed those symbols.
Let's see.
And sometimes we don't realize that we are buying into their system. There's a reason why we are supposed to be set apart, as Brother Shea mentioned earlier. Being set apart, I tell you, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work because your architect may be designing the house for feng shui demons to come in. Your fashion designer that you're buying clothes is designing clothes for demons to be attracted to it.
Okay, this is it here.
Your food, your menu is designed to keep you unhealthy so Satan can have a body to feel happy to dwell in. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Right? It goes on, and you got to be fighting. But when you break away from all this nonsense, and the Most High brings you into the wilderness to teach you, you can hear his voice more clearly, right?
Now look at this here. This is a lot of different clothing patterns, and people wear earrings and stuff, not knowing that this is
The evil
demonic.
The evil eyes.
Okay, when you see this, Mishpachah, this is pure evil. This is satanic. Let's go to, we have two more articles here we're going to pull up. Let's see. And then we're going to dive into some other stuff here, some videos coming up.
And a lot of these symbols, unfortunately, has been bought up by our sisters, by females, women. And it's that same evil quest for power. There's this something built into the female that not all of them realize it, but some do realize what's going on. But most of them are acting out this thing that's been lodged into the mind, where they always have this quest or this thirst for power, energy, and you gravitate towards certain things, and you don't know what's going on, whether it's books or clothing or something to like, for example, right? You find that in the business world, a lot of women who are power movers and shakers, they cut their hair short. Right? Or they wear a what do you call it, a man suit, or what do you call it? Is it a man suit? Like how Hillary Clinton dresses?
Yeah, a business suit. They call it a business suit, but it's
whatever suit it is, right?
So look at this one. It says, "How witches cast a spell on fashion." And this was back in February 2020. Let's read the highlighted parts.
All right, the highlighted parts. Once declared an act of evil, those who practice witchcraft or displayed any sort of independence, sexuality, power, or aptitude to heal,
Jump down.
basically were persecuted, tortured, and hanged, right? Now, the mystical and supernatural, the unexplainable, all the things that were considered dangerous and threatening have become so mainstream, witches have evolved from being depicted as ugly and villainous like the Wizard of Oz to cute Sabrina, the teenage witch, charming, practical magic, charmed, the chick, American Horror Story, Coven in pop culture.
So they switched it and they went straight to deal with the younger generation coming up to make it look cool and attractive. Oh, it's cool to be a witch. It's cool to have these, dress this way or say this, these certain words. I want love, so I'm going to put this spell on someone. I'm going to do these things. So they make it attractive to the younger generation, the children.
And so, of course, for designers whose sources for inspiration knows no bounds, this appeal of witchery, the summoning of spirits, the history of the disenfranchised, and the strength and rebellious nature of these women has been irresistible.
So now that spirit that was once frowned upon is now accepted. And everybody wants to be a part of it. And now the cat is out the bag, like they say, right? This last part here.
And while there's a dark side to witchery, there's also the spellbinding aspect that transfixes many a designer.
Now listen carefully.
Quote, we grew up with witches. Quote, we grew up with witches, said Thea Bregazzi of Preen and Thornton Bregazzi. Quote, there are a lot on the Isles of Man. That's off the British, that's one of the islands of the UK, right? The Isles of Man. People go to see them to cure sore throats, ailments like that. And so for their spring-summer 2017 collection, the two dreamed up a dazzling display of glitter, chiffon florals, and pentagrams, such as tattoo-like prints on the faces and necks of models, or actually crushed up flowers, leaves, and ferns.
So they take the leaves and the ferns and they crush it up, but they put it in the shapes of these satanic symbols on the models, which you're putting curses on the clothing that they are modeling. So now when you're buying these clothing, those spirits transfer over.
So what's the case with LVMH? What's that company? Is that a demonic company too? Yeah, post it in the chat. I'd like to know. There were mystical diaphanous gowns. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, diaphanous.
Diaphanous gowns embroidered with stars, moons, and bats. A uniform that would feel right at home with a modern day witch.
So yes, there's nothing wrong with a moon or a star or a bat, but what they do is they take these things and they incorporate it into their designs, because that is something that makes them feel right at home, is what they're telling you. Okay?
Brother Tobias says Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy. Is Moet and Hennessy, like, is that the drink? Hennessy, like the drink?
Yep.
Oh boy. So the drink, now is that all demonic type? Well,
No,
yes.
the brand, the design behind it.
Uh-huh. And when mixed in with her, we should all be feminists. Let me read it again. And when mixed in with her, we should all be feminists, right? Because, sorry.
Just jump from here.
Feminism and witchcraft feels inextricably intertwined.
So it's so the witchcraft and that spirit of feminist spirit is intertwined together. It's basically the same thing. It's another demon, basically. So Satan has all types of different hierarchies in his organization, and those spirits are attached to various different people and different objects. So you're getting the different taste of the devil.
That's incredible when you see how bold these professionals are coming out and saying, listen, fashion, right, is under feminism and witchcraft are entwined with each other. That should really send alarm bells to our sisters who are claiming to be Israelite, but they want to be prophetess on YouTube. They want to get themselves in certain books. They want to start teaching. They want to start preaching. They want to start doing everything. And that's a spirit that follows them. They don't when we as men sound alarm, it is our duty to do those things. All right, sis, who believes that you can be all these things on YouTube. If you see me or Brother Shay or other men all of a sudden taking on the role of the females, what would you say about that? The things that the Most High said females should be doing, we are deciding to start doing that, practicing that. How would you feel about that? You're going to see right away that something isn't right. You'll be upset about that, and you will preach, you will talk about that. So when we talk about you doing what we're supposed to do, you get upset, you get offended, you call us dictators, haters, narcissists, male chauvinists, all these sophisticated words that my tongue will get tied up saying. That's what comes out. And all we're trying to do is save. And you say that you don't love women. You don't love women. You probably had a problem with your mother. You probably had a problem with, no, my mother and I would get along fine.
There's another one over here.
Right? We don't have a problem. So these are the kinds of things that you should really stop and think about. Would the Most High be pleased? Would you be happy to see that Yeshua, who's a man, Moses, and all the prophets take on the role of a woman? Sit back and do what women supposed to do, and you doing everything that they were supposed to do. Would you feel happy about that?
Okay, in this article right here.
And I hope that when this video is posted on YouTube, that we get some good comments from those bold sisters who feel that they have the kahunas to act the role of a male. And then you're going to say, well, Deborah was such and such, and Judith was this and that, and all that. Well, and Miriam was such and such. You don't find them playing the role of a man. I've done classes on that before. Go check it out. Should a woman teach? Go check out those classes, and you will see. Because you can't hang your dreams on Paul's writings. Most of you all deal with Paul's writings, but the part where Paul says a woman should be silent and a woman should not teach, usurp authority over the man, and that the husband is a savior of the body. Those things you don't talk about. You never hold any messages about that. What's that? Disobedience.
Yeah, it's a rebellious spirit.
So I love my sisters. You know, when you have the right spirit, you're the most beautiful creature the Most High has ever made. And you know, we want to be around you. But when you have that spirit, it's like two men in a room arguing back and forth. It's a bad spirit. It chases us away. We don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around women who are argumentative. That's war. That's a man's spirit. Always got something to say. That's a man's spirit. Always want to teach and preach. And anyway, what you got there, brother?
Okay, just look at this here now. This right here is
the voodoo dolls and
how witchcraft continues to cast its spell on artists' magical thinking. So we're not going to read this article. I'm just showing you how that they would put these spells on their creation and then put it into their so-called artwork.
Scroll down, let's see.
So into their clothing.
The voodoo doll thing.
So when you dig into it, it talks about the clothing, on how they can make their stuff advance more into the cologne and perfumes that they have.
Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Scroll down. Let's see what we got there.
Right.
A witch trapped in a bottle. A witch trapped in a bottle. So they're trapping witches in a bottle.
Is this basically a spirit that they have in there? You open it, the smell comes out. You're touched. I'm gonna do a class on that. That is very interesting. Okay, even here. But you talk about the guy you was looking at that had the urn.
Yes.
This is body parts that's put in this silver charm heart here objects. So a lot of familiar stuff. Even with this, what's that? With the Darwinism, that the sign with the human body you have.
But this one is the astrology. Each part of the, like Gemini and all that stuff, connects to different parts of the body. Yeah.
Okay, let me go to
the Scorpio is in the loins, and the Ram is in the loins too.
Let's look at this. Okay,
that's why a lot of brothers says, "I'm a Scorpio." What do you expect? Scorpio. All right, bro.
Okay, this is a very interesting article here, Mishpachar. This one right here. Role of clothing in spiritual expression. Okay. Now, I didn't highlight anything here because there's a lot of stuff. We're just going to pinpoint it. So you see this right here. She has a third eye up here.
Unlocking your inner self through the clothes you wear.
You can read the first part here.
For some, the act of getting dressed is a mindless routine. Each article of clothing grabbed from a hanger merely something to cover the body. However, I've discovered that clothing can be so much more than a functional necessity. It can be a profound tool for spiritual expression, a path to unlocking your inner self. Now, this brings me to when you go out and you meet people, right? People that you meet when you're walking down the street. The people that you meet. So anyway, when you when you go out and you meet certain people, you don't know that the clothing that they're wearing is to unlock that spiritual inner self. When some of us who are ignorantly mimicking these people, so you see someone wearing a piece of clothing, the way they're dressed, like, I like that thing, and you put those clothes on, you don't realize sometimes you may be ignorantly attracting or setting yourself up to be possessed or controlled by certain spirit. This is one of the reasons why even Jacob told the wives to take those things off of them and get rid of those things. Those garments were attached to demons and such like.
Remember he was talking about Kanye West's colors and stuff
Yeah.
he picked? We'll see. This touches a whole lot of stuff here. Stuff from here.
What do you want me to read?
From Consider?
Oh, considered for a moment the clothes you wear every day. You can just highlight it too. Dragon.
Yeah, sometimes they don't want to.
Okay, that's okay. There you go. The choice of every piece, every color, like we talked about with Kanye, every texture is a message you send to the world. But have you ever considered that it might also be a message to your deeper inner self?
That spirit that's attached to you. That's what the person is saying.
Yep. When you dress with intention, your clothes can become an extension of your spirit. Your spirit, huh? The conscious selection of fabrics, colors, design that resonate with you can help cultivate a more authentic expression of your core being. It's a personal journey towards recognizing and honoring your inner truth. Now, when I was growing up, I used to watch those fashion shows and stuff, right? And I would shake my head. Are they real? Are these people expecting people? They're supposed to be fashion designers. Do you think a person will walk down the street dressing like that?
Nope.
But when you really look into it, these designers are not just putting things together, just like an experiment. It's an inspirational thing that they're doing. Many of these designers are very intelligent people.
Yes.
Very intelligent people. With that Baphomet spirit on him, that male-female Baphomet spirit on them. Let's continue. Contrary to the mainstream idea that your clothes are mere aesthetic expressions, I believe that they play a momentous role in your spiritual journey. They mirror your inner reality, your beliefs, values, and your personality. And once you understand this connection, your clothing becomes a powerful medium. A powerful medium.
So
Keep that in mind.
So when you put these clothes on, Mishpaka, that demon is coming into you, and now you are being that vessel of dishonor, and you're channeling that power, and now you're becoming that spirit.
That's right. That's right. Still, Christina, that is right. Channeling. Powerful medium to tap into your spiritual essence. To unlock your inner self through your clothing, it's essential to move beyond surface level adornment. Instead, it requires the embrace of every cloth as a sacred mantle. Now, we talked about the priests having their sacred garment set apart, right?
Yep.
Elijah had a set apart garment and things of that nature, right? An extension of your spirit. You start by asking yourself the essential question, do my clothes truly reflect who I am?
That's what it is.
Now, when you wear orange or you wear your pants sagging, what message are you reflecting? What are you sending? I remember I could not leave the house without a belt.
That's right.
You got to make sure you
Dress
strap it up properly. You couldn't leave the house with your shoes untied. Otherwise, you face the wrath of the parents.
Ema come down.
Now, when you go to school and you got your belt, like some of those children got their shirt out of their pants and the belt unlocked, and and walk in to go to the classroom, the teacher be like, or the hall monitor like,
fix your clothes.
fix your clothes. And those hall monitors used to look mean too.
Well, that no more.
Look mean.
So this is a sacred mantle, an extension of your spirit. You start by asking yourself the essential questions. Do my clothes truly reflect who I am? So that's the very important question right there.
Yes, Mishpaka. So
Right
where are
here.
we? Are the fabrics and colors the patterns chosen because they convey and uplift your spirit? Do the clothes you wear make you feel more comfortable, more confident, more you? If not, perhaps it's time to reconsider your wardrobe to align it more closely with your inner self, thus aiding your spiritual expression.
Yeah. We're not gonna read too much. I'm gonna just scroll down here to show you some stuff because it talks about I'm gonna put this in the chat. You guys can
Can you
look
go
at
back up a second real quick? Right. Go back slowly. Go back. Symbolic language of clothing in spiritual practices. The colors worn as an expression of certain beliefs, principles, or intentions, right? Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down some more. You got love is red, peace is white, power is black, and so forth, right? Scroll down. Tapestry connected to Krishna, blue skin of the deity of Krishna, right?
There's a whole lot of stuff when you go into this. This one is deep. I'm going to come back and touch on this later on, not tonight, but I have this saved for another class because it goes into a lot more things. When you see how big this thing is, 20 pages. Talks about the energy, the fabric, the colors. Right here,
Chakras.
the purpose of the colors.
The red for the fire, blood, and so forth.
Green. So I'm going to post this here for you all because there's a whole lot just in this one here.
Yeah, okay. Yes, House of Gerald, Brother Gerald. My father was teaching me how to be a man and a gentleman. That's correct.
Uh-oh. We're going to look at that word gentleman too.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, I think we remember.
Yeah. So these are some of the brands here. You look at the logos. When you actually dig into it, they have little hidden messages. Not all of them, but some of them do. But a lot of them represent the sodomite movement that is behind their clothing brand.
Azania said a lot of those fashion designers end up committing suicide. The fashion industry have a lot of death around it. Thank you for sharing that.
That's true.
Yeah.
These are some of the Western brands here, because we just look at the Eastern brands. It's the Western brands over here that are still tied to those other brands when you look at it. All right, coolest fashion brands.
Look at that demon.
Gen Z, millennials. They came up with this stuff. I still don't even know what these things are.
Gen Z sound like a game.
Generation Z and millennials.
Yeah, something that Xbox or one of those guys would put out. That's between 13 and 18-year-olds, and the millennials are between 19 and 37 years old. I guess they were born around 2000 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of craziness.
So their fashion brands is Nike. And right over here you see Nike. And you see they have this scripture here. We're going to look at that in a minute. With all the demonic stuff on it here. And they talk about there's human blood in that. We talked about that before.
Yeah. Well, little nasty.
Yeah.
Sodomite.
But you see Nike, Vans, Adidas, Jordan, Under Armour, Supreme, Converse, Hot Topic. All of these different brands here. Lightning.
The book of Luke, chapter 10 and 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Now, you ever wonder why they have all these lightning bolts on a lot of these different clothing brands and outfits? Even in that series Harry Potter right down here, that lightning bolt, that symbolizes Lucifer. A lot of people didn't know that. Pearl Jam, lightning bolt, right here. See the moon over here, crescent moon, the all-seeing eye with the bolt coming down. Pure Source, Black Adam, Shazam, same thing. All of these are...
David Bowie looks like the guy from Ronald McDonald.
Gatorade, The Flash, AC/DC. So AC/DC, alternating current, direct current, but this name of the band. They got their name from, right here, it says, the Young Brothers felt it captured the energy of the music they wanted to create. I wonder what energy they're trying to capture. The raw energy and power-driven performance in their music. So when they're performing, They're bringing out this energy and transferring it to the crowd. Remember I showed you when they're performing how the crowd just moved?
Yeah.
A lot of things happen.
Some weird stuff.
These spirits can come in there and they can attach to a lot of people. With the concert that we talked about, people go to her concert and can't remember anything.
Yeah. And look at that eye for Pearl Jam right
Yep.
there, right?
What is Gatorade? Gatorade is the name of an energy drink owned and manufactured by Pepsi Company. The brand was established in 1965 in the United States. Now I'm just looking at the symbol is what I'm looking at, okay? And today it's known as one of the most popular sports drinks produced in the world. Now I highlight this because popularity goes along with the fashion.
Yeah.
And when we get into a couple of other slides, we'll see how it ties in. Okay, so popularity goes in with the fashion.
Yeah, because there was a time when the youth would drink some tea or coffee, mostly tea, or milk, hot chocolate to go to school. But then it became more fashionable to drink these soft drinks and Gatorade in the morning. Instead of having a proper breakfast, they would have these soft drinks and these fake drinks, sport drinks.
So let me go back to this slide here. See where it says Luke 10:18. That's what we just read. And they're quoting that he beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven.
It's mocking the Most High, huh?
So all of these brands, and there are more. All I did was pick out a few. You know, like when you buy one thing, you notice that thing all the time. Everywhere you buy a car, and now you notice that particular car. When you look at the bolt, you see it.
This symbol for Pearl Jam is Baphomet.
Yeah,
You see the things as the wings on the side. You see the moon to the top.
exactly.
If you- yeah, and the two sound symbols is like wings, right? It's Baphomet symbol. The moon.
Right here, the moon.
Yeah.
The moon.
See the location of the moon,
Yeah.
right? The wings, the horns.
So you see the eye right here? It's the same thing right here.
Yep. The eye right there, and the ding-a-ling thing right over there. Yeah.
So a lot of it transfers over.
Yeah, they're hiding it, but it's the same thing. All right.
Remember, from music to movies, foods, perfumes, and clothing, the devil is hard at work to corrupt obedient Israelites into sin and abomination. However, the Most High is keeping us informed from the crafty creation of these evil heathens. Now, read Psalms 83 and 8.
They have taken crafty counsel against your people and consulted against your hidden ones.
So this guy right here, he's the one who created this brand right here.
Versace.
Now, this is what they see. They, which is this guy, have created crafty. This is the craftiness that they put into this right here. Read that.
Inspired by one mosaic in particular, he created the Versace logo with its portrait of Medusa. That's
So Medusa is who?
the snakehead woman, the mythical snake-haired monster, and she turned men to stone, right? And Medusa gaze turned any man as a feminist who sees her to stone. Notice that she has snakes all around her head, right? Versace felt this related to what he hoped to do with his business.
So he wants to do this with his business.
He wanted to turn us to stone, huh? He wanted to use the feminine power. He created clothes so beautifully they stop people in their tracks. Yeah, right.
So that's what the inspiration behind of it is. Now I'm gonna pull up this article, this PDF. This is a book. It's called "Delivered from the Powers of Darkness." This guy here, and he mentioned a couple of things in here that I highlighted that I find very interesting. I'm gonna scroll down. And
You know this book?
I have this book here. It's very interesting. And let me get there. Right here. Let me make it a bigger so you can read it.
It's talking about the spirit world.
Okay.
I saw laboratories like Science Lab, a designing lab, and a theater. At the back of the city, I saw young, beautiful girls and handsome young men. No people. No old people. No old people. She took me to places like the dock room, drying room, and packing room, She then took me to a main factory and warehouse, and then came to her private mansion.
So when you read the story here, he's explaining that how he was under this witch
Influence.
and he was in training before he changed his life and came out.
Oh,
so he's
okay.
telling his story of what was going on in there.
Okay.
Let's go down here, right here.
There were trees, and each of these trees had different entities.
So on the island that he was, they had these trees, and the trees were some for poisoning, some for killing, invoking, and some trees for curing. So there's a lot of obia, you say witch doctors, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what he's saying here.
Go back because you didn't read that part. You had a tree for poisoning, tree for killing, tree for invoking, and tree for cure.
For cures. Okay, so this is the underworld laboratories now. Go ahead.
I went into the scientific laboratories to see what was happening. I saw psychiatrists and scientists all working very seriously.
So that's what they do. They sit in the back and they figure out ways of studying the mind, the human brain. But they start on our people first. The Tuskegee experiments, the one with our females, with the gynecologist, and the vaccines, all kinds of different things. These people sit there and the crafty councils, they collaborate together on how to destroy the Most High's people. Continue. Read it for me again. I saw
psychiatrists and scientists all working very seriously. The work of these scientists is to design beautiful things like flashy cars, etc., latest weapons, and to know the mystery of this world.
So that's what they're doing. Isn't that what's happening?
And to know the mystery of this world, yeah.
AI, fast cars, latest weapons of mass destruction. That's what they've been pushing all this time.
He says he thank God, only God knows, right? Then he says, I moved into designing. He moved into designing rooms, and there I saw many samples of cloth.
So now into the clothing. This is where these men get their inspiration from. And I'll show you a couple of videos just now here where these men sit down and they'll tell you where they get inspiration from.
And there I saw many samples of cloth, perfumes, and assorted types of cosmetics. All these things, according to Lucifer, are to distract men's attention from the Almighty Elohim.
So he's telling you what they are doing behind the closed doors, okay?
I then moved from the laboratories to the dark room and drying room. The dark room is where they kill any disobedient member. They kill by first draining the person's blood and then send the person to the machine room where he or she will be grounded to powder, and then send the dust to the sack room where they will be bagged and kept for the native doctors to collect for their charms. There were more things which are hard to explain in a writing.
So this is just a quick overview of what he's saying. So when you have charms, stones, familiar objects, I'll just say overall, you don't know what you are bringing into your home. That's why the Most High says these things are abominable. He detests these things. Do not bring these things into your home. And they are cleverly designing these things to be hidden, so you won't know behind the scenes that these people are designing these things and putting their spirits to it. So you're having all kinds of family problems and issues all of a sudden arise. You can't sleep at night. You're losing weight. You're getting sick. Job go away. All kinds of different things happen because something that you brought into the home is starting to cause those things.
And when you think about it, Brother Shay, I don't want to be too long-winded here. I can see how hard it will be for our children if you want to be set apart, you want to raise your children set apart. The problem is when you send your children dressed different into the world of the school world or into whatever it is, they're going to be picked on, teased. They're going to be so and children are not built to really deal with all that stuff, right? We are built with a thicker skin, right? But the children, they feel a certain way and it messes with their spirit. This is why we always try to push and emphasize homeschool and homeschooling groups. Like if you live close to another brother or sister or whatever, and they got children too, everybody should be able to come together. Or if you teach them at home, your children at home, and they teach their children at home, you can always arrange time that the children can socialize with each other because they're all on the same page. They're all like-minded, right? Maybe not 100%, but it's better than the alternative. It's better than having your children exposed to those environments because they're struggling to even know who they are. They're wrestling with two different identities. It's like 1,000 to 1. The classroom comprises of how many children? About 30?
Between
About
20 and 30,
25?
yeah.
I would say 20. Let's use a low number of 20, right? And one of those is your child. That's 19 to 1. Who has to fight every single day for 1 year, almost a year, to resist being bullied, looked upon. Even a teacher will treat your child weird. Do you want your child to go through all of that? I mean, so when we look at all that's out there with this fashion, the music, and so forth, we have to really stop and think, because now many people in Hollywood has come out and saying that how they've been inspired by Satan, by Satan, in the fashion, the music, food, you name it, they're all inspired by the devil. And if that be the case, your child is in that amongst wolves, because a little lamb among wolves.
Like you mentioned, the devil took your shoe up and says, all of these things I will give you.
Your little boy is going to the bathroom to use the bathroom, and other boys want to see what's going on there. And make suggestions. Sometimes they find these little children in bathrooms testing out certain things. And you don't even know about these things. Oh, you want to see a video? Or you want to do this? Let's try this and that and the other thing.
Yep.
Little girls. Now, when you think you're raising virgin daughters, at 5 years old, they're already exposed to stuff. Brothers and sisters, this is not just a class about demons. This is an opportunity for you
to separate yourselves,
to understand what we're dealing with and be serious about it. Your pastors that you dealt with before, they may have talked about some things, but they don't go to the such length to really, make you see these things.
Now, this right here is just a couple names of the magazines. I just pull a few. When you go into it, it tells you the history behind it. Like the word Vogue, this is a magazine. It means to sway by popularity in fashion. So again, we just read the guy was saying they design these things to attract you.
Yeah, Vogue.
Okay? Vanity Fair, emptiness that is attractive. Because vanity means what? Nothing.
Yeah.
Fair means to be attracted. Essence, dealing with the basic elements of anything. So they're taking the materials that the Moses has made and creating these different brands that capture your attention. Ella, another name for another name for the sun god or the bull deity El. That's basically what it is. Glamour, to enchant by magic. We talked about that before. Allure, to tempt by offering something of great desire. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to tempt you. And when you look at the magazines, 90% of it is half naked, skinny sodomites.
Yeah.
You don't see no normal people in there. They're anemic, they're on drugs, or something is wrong with them. GQ, what the brother said, it means a noble Christian man. That's what it means when you Google it. But the magazine stands for Gentleman Quarterly. So gentleman means a normal Christian man, a noble Christian man. That's what gentleman means. And it actually goes deeper into the way or practice of the patriarchs of Rome and Greek culture. That's what when you look into it, that's what it's talking about. Bazaar, to buy or sell or to traffic. So these, when we read a revelation about trafficking
Yeah.
with Babylon and all her millions and her riches. This all ties back to the same thing, Mishpachah. The devil knows exactly what he is doing.
The line of traffic.
Now let's look at a couple of videos here before we close out tonight. Vogue, this is what they say right here. Read that for me.
Naughty thought I know, but this is my question. How long should the spirit of a designer be kept alive?
So in this article from Vogue, this is the article right here. I just highlighted this piece here. The designer is saying they want to capture the old spirit and bring it into the clothing. So she's asking, how long should the spirit of a designer be kept alive? Like you want to keep their clothing line going.
When should it be put to rest? And how can today's living, breathing designers who step into all the storied houses of the world be expected to get along with their former inhabitants?
So these designer houses are nothing but the houses of the devil, basically. That's just in a nutshell. Now let's look at these videos here. Fair use. Let's see which one this is.
Yeah, brethren, while he's getting that together.
This is a commercial by Louis Vuitton.
Vuitton.
I have no destination.
This spirit has no destination. That's what
I
it's
have a
saying.
destiny.
I don't walk behind. I find new paths.
Serpent.
The farther I can see,
Black
the
and
farther
white.
I can go.
The horizon is always moving, changing.
The horizon is always moving and changing. Put the subtitles on. Louis Vuitton.
Turn the music down so good.
Inspired by the past,
Inspired by the past,
make the future.
make the future. That's what they're saying, right? This is the spirit of Louis Vuitton.
Above the ordinary.
To the extraordinary.
Wandering spirits, huh?
Now look how they push the sodomite agenda and the feminist spirit together.
We are passengers
We are
on
passengers
different roads.
on different
holding the
roads.
same journey.
The spirit of travel.
Yeah, right.
Louis Vuitton.
So all of that just to say that this is a spirit from Louis Vuitton.
And who's watching the bags? Anybody's watching the bags? Anybody's watching the bags?
Let's look at this
Yeah,
one.
boy.
Fair use. Okay, this one here, I gotta pause through it and mute the little things. This is Erykah Badu.
Is she cussing out too?
No,
No, her lamp looks like a voodoo doll in the back.
Yeah. So this is inside her home studio filled with wonderful objects. This is familiar objects I was talking about earlier that people have, and you may not even be aware of it. Let's look at it and see.
Beautiful instrument, very low frequency, good for the lower chakra. And I got this at my third ayahuasca ceremony. Made of
A
force.
third eye,
Be with you.
demons everywhere. Look at that.
Hey Vogue, I'm Erykah Badu, and welcome to the Badudio. It's my home studio. I'm gonna show you some of my amulets and talismans. So Come on a journey with me. Let's go.
Buddha's in the back.
So this is a demon talking, Mishpaka. She's not the same person that she used to be. When you look at her from when she first came out to now, total different person. And she's showing you all the different satanic objects that she have in her home.
I've been in the Badudio for almost a year. Our house is around the corner, and I decided to move the studio out of the family house to at least give us some, like sacred space. Of course, it's full of music.
Sacred space.
When you have a sacred space, everything in it is also sacred.
You hear what she's saying?
Everything is sacred.
So when they design stuff in their so-called sacred space, and they sell that in the stores, what are you getting, Mishpaka?
Everything you do in it is also sacred. The whole house is an altar, paying homage to creativity and my blessings and gifts. And one of the most sacred things in my space is this Rhodes 73, given to me by one of my very good friends, Vince. It's a beautiful sound.
Some sounds I didn't want to play because you're hitting certain notes.
But you said the whole house is an altar.
Yeah.
It's pop on by itself. I am almost sure that it's haunted.
It's haunted, huh?
I've written some hauntingly crazy songs on it. I'm okay.
See, so she's telling you, she's written some what?
Hauntedly sounds.
And it's put into her music, not only her music, but other people's music, because she writes music for other people too.
Yeah.
I didn't go in deep. When we did the music thing last Friday night, I didn't even include her. But when you look at a lot of these artists, R&B, soul, hip-hop, a lot of stuff, these are witches. And they write songs and they put their chants and stuff in the background, and then you're vibing to it, not realizing that you're influencing and encouraging those spirits to come into your home.
Keyboard player, but when I play this one, Liberace.
Liberace's a sodomite.
See the same Hennessy right there? See all the little pills and
the Wicca stuff to the side. A lot of Wicca stuff.
Okay, I got some more stuff to show you.
Demonic skulls.
Come on. I have singing bowls that I use, and they're good
singing
for
bowls.
meditation.
A lot of our people are getting into this stupid singing bowl stuff.
Yeah,
you talked about him before.
Yeah, Yaki.
Mishpaka, if you ever see people have this thing, take it and pitch it outside.
Yaki.
Run it over with the car. Get a baseball bat and you release your aggression on it. Okay?
Burn
it.
Bible says to burn those things.
You don't want to hear none of these sounds that come out from it.
Firebomb.
And stress and those.
So all I do is just mute it because I don't want to hear these little pings and pongs, because that is wakening up things.
She keeps that one like a purse. She keeps it like a purse. Check it out.
The name of his brand is Please Look at My Ass. And it has this little.
Hit the little sounds. And then you put that into your home, and then you're like, oh, can't sleep at night now.
Hello, and welcome to the Badudio bedroom. I don't like a lot of things in the place, but there are a few things that I have to have.
She have to have these few things.
One.
Look at those things on her
bell.
feet.
Certain bells for certain noises, okay?
And some sisters dress up like that
As soon
too.
as I wake up in the morning, I put these on. I love things that make music, especially when you walk or dance. And I can also use them when I'm recording.
Some sisters
The
dress up
second
like
thing that I
that.
have
When
to
she's
have
recording.
in my room is a sauna. In this case, an infrared sauna. Infrared light on the light spectrum is very healing to the cells.
It's like a vampire,
My
right?
self-care regimen is very important to me, and I really enjoy
The only light I want to have
sweating
healing is the light of the
and
Torah.
bathing and showering and
And the
those
sunlight the
types of
Most High
things
gave you.
that give attention to the biggest organ on the body, the skin. But I'm gonna take you like this.
Let's mute that thing. We want to hear this foolishness.
With a CD player in here that I stole in 1983. I don't steal anymore. If you see this light on, that means don't bother me. I'm in the infrared sauna, meditating.
She's
And
meditating.
that keeps me off your ass. Trust me.
The demon. Yeah, the infrared cap. Yeah. Look at that.
These are the things that are so very precious, the metals.
We'll go back a second. You
I'm
see the
from
third
Dallas,
eye?
Texas.
Back just a little bit.
These are the things that are so
Right there,
very
pause. You see
Yeah.
that right around the
Yep.
thing?
That's the same evil eye I showed y'all.
Yeah.
very precious, the metals. I'm from Dallas, Texas. South Dallas, Texas, to be exact. The home of people that actually get real gold teeth put in their mouth. I designed this grill, and it's a tuning fork, controlling the
Tuning
frequency.
fork, controlling frequency. All right.
Hope you're paying attention, Miss Picard.
See your damn environment, you know what I'm saying?
That's the one that
This
wrote
grill flavor
Tyrone,
made
huh?
My favorite stone.
Called Tyrone.
Opal. But there's something super special about this opal. Follow me.
Mute. This you can just mute it on and off. Just click the.
This is a pretty sacred room where I come and meditate. There are different ways that I meditate. In this case, sonically, I've been using
Now look at the different patterns in the back, okay? Because sometimes you may have something thinking it's innocent, but you don't know the design behind the design of certain things. This is some Native American designs back here, okay?
sound instruments on my albums since 1997. There's always a bed
Let me go
of.
back a minute because she said something very important. Listen what she said. Some of y'all have her.
I've been using
I've been using sound instruments on my album since 1997. So when y'all listen to her music, she's telling you she has put these things in her music. Mm-hmm. And you're jamming to it still.
sound instruments on my albums since 1997. There's always a bed of delta waves or zeta waves or beta waves underneath the music.
Underneath the music. So you might be saying, that's my jam. Turn it up. That's my jam. Yeah, that's your jam, all right. Satan is coming. He's knocking at your door.
Now, Marvis, you say you don't listen to her, but again, she writes music for other people, and there's other artists out there that a lot of our people listen to, and they put these things in a lot of the music, and it becomes a #1 hit. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, yes, we don't listen to a lot of stuff, but we have to go through our records, our music history, whatever it is, playlists, and see who's writing what and who's playing what, like we talked
Yeah.
about last week.
It's a lot
One
of
of my
work.
favorite instruments or tools I like to use are tuning forks. This is a specially crafted, double-ended, giant tuning fork that I really love. They're delta waves on one side and beta on the other. And this is how it sounds.
Yeah, right. On the demons is coming
Bringing
in.
all the spirits in tune to you. So when you're hearing certain, you're like, man, this sounds so good.
A spinning sphere.
Let's go Philly boom to it.
No.
That's what all people do.
Tuning sphere. Frequency of the universe.
All right, that's enough of her.
She says I like to use her wand.
Yeah. All right,
Wand.
let's go to the next one.
She's a midwife. Okay, in the middle of which? Yeah, okay.
Okay, this guy here now.
New York who would send me images of sarcophaguses that were
So this guy, he's a designer. Rick Owens is a designer, and if when you look at his house, I just shake my head because it's like a demon. When you look at him, you can see the demon just in him. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward to
up
the
for
video.
auction. Finally, this one came. It was so worth the wait. We call her Liza, after Liza Minnelli.
So he's inspired by these different objects that just like you said, the guy he got this urn.
Place in Concordia, Italy. Factory is across the street, and this is where I come to do my collections.
So he has his collection.
Man, I can't listen to that music.
I'll just mute it so you can read the screen.
I'm not acquisitive, but okay. Let's see what he got here.
Let me go. The music will stop in a second. So
Okay.
He looks like an old vampire.
he collects skulls. This is his gym. Objects of. This is just like the other one.
Affection.
And this is Vogue. Vogue is again a what? Fashion thing.
An eliminator, but the few things that I have are probably things that I've wanted for a really long time. This is a George Means sculpture. He was a Belgian sculptor associated with the Viennese Secession. It's called Kneeling Youth, and it's a study, I believe, for a fountain that's encircled by these youths leaning over it. It's about introversion, introspection, narcissism. Well, this is my interpretation. I just like the mood that it creates.
Familiar
it's kind
objects.
of severe and a little bit maudlin, a little bit melancholy, but also vaguely spiritual. When I am in Concordia, I am focused on creating. This is
So he's focused on creating because he get inspiration from these objects.
That thing channels whatever spirit.
So I'm sharing this tonight to show you, Mr. Karat, these artists, these creators, content creators, clothing designers, musicians, Hollywood stars, celebrities, whatever you want to call them, they don't believe the Torah. They don't care anything about your Torah. And all they do is channel their spirits, their power from these demons.
Brother Akin says pedophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a period of rigor, and this is a period of training. And the gym takes up pretty much half the apartment. In any place that I've ever lived in, including Hollywood Boulevard, Los Angeles, I've always insulated and upholstered my spaces with army blankets, vintage army blankets. This is inspired by Joseph Beuys, who was my first art hero when I went to art school. And he used army blankets as a symbol of protection and insulation and isolation.
Because that's harboring certain energies, dead soldiers and so forth. Spirit of war and all kinds of different things you can get into.
The Army surplus store was where I would get my original fabrics. I would make clothes out of the duffel bags, out of blankets, out of parachute clothes. Since then, which must be like 30 years ago, every place I have, I cover with army blankets. When I work on interiors or furniture, I'm pretty much a reductivist. I don't think about domestic details that much. They feel a little fussy to me. So the domesticity in this apartment is pretty minimal.
Look, this is his closet. Look at his clothes.
That's my
Black.
closet. I don't have very many clothes. That's a little stack of t-shirts, a little stack of shorts for here, for the factory, for every day.
Remember
and that's
the
pretty much
thing
it.
says black
I
was
always
the
kind of like sticking
power.
to a decision. So when I pick an outfit, I'll pretty much stick to it for a couple of years. My clothing choices have evolved from Hollywood Boulevard. It's always been some kind of shorts, and it just gradually changes over the years. Every collection, I just
That's the demon talking.
have 20 more shorts made, and I just have little stacks of them everywhere.
No,
Listen, I
stop for a
want
second. Notice he says he have his stuff made. The question is, what are we doing? All right, what are we doing?
Now listen to this part here now.
And he's a designer.
Yes.
And Vogue is it's an international magazine, and you can see that this guy have enough sense not to have a large closet. We as Israelite, we want the biggest closet we can find and pack it.
1,000 shoes.
We want to build a house like a shrine
Yeah.
for every shoe.
You got 2 feet. You have
2 feet and 1,000 shoes. Anyway,
something kind of monastic, something kind of severe. I like the classical tone of travertine interior
Because it harbors
sets. I
a
like
certain
putting
energy.
myself into that zone. I wanted someplace that would be a blank space for me so I could get into a zone of putting a collection together.
So when he's making his collection to sell, he has to be in a zone.
look at the wall.
And those spirits come in and whisper.
Through the wall. Through the wall.
Okay?
Yeah, Brother Justin, he's a talking skeleton.
That's enough. Let me go to the next one. Let's see.
It's crazy.
All right, let's look at this one here now. I don't remember. Let's see.
Volume is 2.
Oh, yes.
The spiritual meaning of clothes in
Yeah,
Celtic,
This one is good.
magical, Druid, and Buddhist cultures. Exploring absorbed energies. The clothes we wear are not just pieces of fabric to protect us from the cold or express our personal style.
And listen carefully.
In many cultures, they also have deep spiritual meanings that go beyond what the eye can see. Let's explore the spiritual concepts behind the clothes worn in Celtic, magical, Druid, and Buddhist cultures, and how they may or may not absorb different types of energy. Have you ever had a personal experience where your clothes influenced your energy or state of mind in some way? Share your story in the comments, and let's explore these connections between clothes and energy together. Celtic culture is deeply rooted in nature and spirituality, and their clothing reflects this connection. Celtic clothing is often made from natural fibers, such as wool and linen, which are seen as symbols of the earth and the elements. The use of natural colors, such as shades of green and brown, also reflects the reverence for natural elements. The Celts believed in the existence of a connection between the material and spiritual worlds, and their clothing was used to facilitate this connection. Specific symbols and patterns were often woven into the clothing, such as Celtic knots, which represented protection and
So when you see those designs, the people like those prints,
I was thinking about that.
yeah, and a lot of people don't understand. Like it says, I'm Hebrew, and I have the Greek,
The Greek thing around
all
there.
around them, or
Yeah.
the Celtic stuff all around them with the fringes. They don't understand that. Like, see right here, the knots on this guy right here. Right? This is what
Yep,
I'm
the
talking
patterns.
about. The patterns. Okay, that is interwoven and tied into.
continuity. Clothes
Col-
were
the
used in
Colburn-
rituals
the
and
Colburn,
celebrations,
scrolls.
allowing individuals to tune in to the cosmic and spiritual energies around them. In the magical tradition, clothes also play a crucial role. Practitioners of magic believe that clothes can serve as vehicles for channeling and directing energy.
Clothes serve as a what?
Channeling.
A vehicle. So certain things you're wearing, Mr. Carr, the spirits are right there waiting to jump on you.
Specific materials, colors, and symbols are chosen according to the type of magic being performed. For example, dark clothes can be used to absorb and neutralize negative energies, while bright colors can attract positive energy. Awareness of how clothes interact with the surrounding energies is essential for magicians. Many practitioners believe that clothing can act as an energetic shield, protecting them from unwanted influences. In addition, the act of wearing a specific outfit for a ritual or spell can create a focused and directed mindset, thus increasing the effectiveness of magical work. The Druids and the wisdom of nature. Wearing knowledge.
Hobbit
the Druids,
stuff.
ancient Celtic sages and shamans, also had their own spiritual traditions relating to clothing. Dress for the Druids was not just a matter of physical protection, but an expression of their connection with nature and the spiritual world. They believed that certain materials.
That's why, like Rebbe was saying, you got to protect your children because you don't know whose house to go or what classroom, what teacher is bringing something in. Sometimes you go to some classrooms and they're doing this in the classroom.
Yeah.
Oh, let's have a moment of silence, y'all.
And let's write out the alphabet and put it in a circle. And let's hold hands and count, do alphabets and stuff. And you thinking, okay, you learn. What did you learn? I learned my ABCs. Okay, but how did you learn it? How did you learn these things? They would transform these things into witchcraft.
Materials and symbols could help them communicate with the gods, the elements, and the spirits of nature. Druids' clothing often featured ornaments such as leaves, animals, and solar symbols, representing their deep understanding of natural and cosmic cycles. These adornments not only express the Druidic belief in the interconnectedness of all things, but were also used as a means of accessing the wisdom and energy of nature while
And the Most High give us a simple command, right? He says, wear the natural fibers that will be healthy to your
Nothing
body.
is wrong with the wool and the linen, that they're
right.
wearing.
But then he says for the men to put on the fringes to remind you of the Torah. That's simple, but we don't want to do that.
No.
But here, you see, the other nations, they'll have animals and skulls and all kinds of things all over their body to represent their culture, and we are okay with it.
Forming ceremonies and rituals. Buddhism, simplicity and inner connection. Buddhism is known for its search for inner enlightenment and understanding the nature of the mind. The clothes worn by Buddhist monks reflect this quest for simplicity and disconnection from material concerns. Monks wear clothes in sober tones, often in shades of orange or brown, which symbolize renunciation and humility. The choice of clothing in Buddhism is rooted in the philosophy of detachment and moderation. Monks are given simple, functional clothes, often made from fabrics donated by the community. These clothes serve to protect the body and provide the necessities.
The brother's a monk. Uh-oh.
Without distracting the mind with unnecessary luxuries. The focus is on the inner spiritual quest, rather than outward appearances. Energies absorbed by clothes. An in-depth perspective. The idea that clothes can absorb or not absorb energies is a belief deeply rooted in many spiritual traditions. According to these traditions, clothing materials, colors, and symbols can affect the energies around us. This is especially emphasized in magical practices, where clothes are chosen according to the practitioner's intention. For example, in magic, natural materials such as cotton, silk, and wool are often preferred, as they are believed to have an affinity with the energies of nature.
And that's why the Most High tells us that we should be wearing the natural stuff. So we could be connected naturally to Him in the right way, in righteousness. But they understand this, and what they do is they flip the script.
In addition, colors can have different energetic meanings. Dark colors, such as black, are associated with absorbing negative energy, while light colors, such as white, are seen as purifying and protective. The energy absorbed by clothes can also depend on the intention with which they are worn. In many spiritual practices, wearing specific clothes for rituals or meditations helps to create a mental and emotional state that makes it easier to tune in to the desired energies.
So when you look at certain designs on certain artists and stuff, they're tuning in to their spirit. What they call it, spirit guide. They call their alter ego. They call all these different terms. It's just another demon, and the word for demon that they're tuning into.
This suggests that the act of wearing clothes can be a way of anchoring intentions and directing energy according to the specific tradition or practice. Therefore, clothes can not only protect us from the cold, but also connect us with the subtle forces that shape our spiritual journey. Have you ever had a personal experience where your
Oh, that's good enough there. All right, we have one more slide, and this last slide here, Mr. McKay, is just to show you that clothes play a part in everything. Genesis 38:14, Baruch 4:20, Micah 2:8, and 2 Kings 25:29. And I'm just showing you the different outfits that clothing have different purposes. Go ahead.
Genesis 38:14, and she put her widow's garments off from her and covered her with a veil and wrapped herself and sat in an open place, which is by the way of Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife.
So I'm just showing you that clothing plays a very important part. She's taking off a widow's garment. So you also have a widow's garment.
That's right.
Their clothes designed specifically just for the widows, ones that don't have a husband or lost their husband.
Baruch 4:20, I have put off the clothing of peace and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days.
So I could look at this in many ways. The clothing of peace, that means there's clothing of war. But he's putting on sackcloth because he's going to go into crying and mourning. So that means there's also clothing that you can put on when you're happy. So these are things to think about. Micah 2:8.
It reads, even of late my people is risen up as an enemy. You pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely as men averse from war. So you got the war garments, right?
The war garments. Read the next one.
2 Kings 25 and 29, and changed his prison garments, and he did eat bread continually before him all the days of his life.
So even prison garments.
Yeah, even in the Bible, it has the orange. Well, not orange, but something like the
white
orange.
or something. Now I want to pull up two things just to share. Let me come over here. Okay, let's pull
It's
this
crazy, brothers and sisters. You can see how the world is operating. Matthew chapter 4.
This is from Brother Mike.
The whole world is operated by Satan, huh?
Shalom, Brother Mike. Hope you're doing well.
Shalom, shalom.
He sent this over here to see the word obey.
Yeah, obey, huh?
How it's hidden and how they're standing.
Yeah, when you look at it, when I looked at this one here, for some reason, I didn't catch it, this one, but my eyes was kind of like something is interesting about this. But as you scroll down, you can see, yeah, definitely it is obey. From a distance, up close, it doesn't quite look that way, but from a distance, you can see it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me pull one more thing up here.
And it's all in black, huh?
Yep, Brother Tobias wanted me to share. Let me see. Let me pull it up here so I can find it.
Yeah, a lot of these entertainers and people of that nature they have been given directives to keep things secret for a time. And as Satan is making his entry into the world known, he's allowing people to say things freely and such like. And many of us grow up listening to certain people or hearing those things in the airwaves and not realizing that it's leading us into...
Trying to find that one picture. I don't see the picture.
It's leading us into witchcraft. It's leading us into witchcraft.
Here's the picture right here. This is a witch that Usher is standing with. So
imagine that, huh? An old witch. And he's kissing her on the forehead too. And isn't that Levert on the side over there? Is that Levert?
No, probably, I don't know. It's probably somebody else.
Okay.
But this just shows you, Mishpachah, that all these people are serving Lucifer himself. And we are supposed to be separated from these other nations. Mm-hmm. The things they wear, the things they listen to, the foods they eat, all of these things. These things are accursed. These things have wicked spirits attached to them, and they would only turn you away from serving the Most High in righteousness. So I wanted to share this with you all tonight to kind of motivate you to go through your closets, get rid of all of those high-end clothes. People have stuff in their closet. Oh, I don't want to get rid of this. I spend X amount of dollars on this. Get rid of it.
Yeah, you can sell it and get your money back. And
bags, shoes, hats, sneakers, you name it. Whatever designer stuff that you have that these people have put their blood, sweat, and tears into, we don't need it. Get things that don't have no name brands attached to it.
Take some crayon and draw on your shirt.
Make your own stuff.
You know, got some markers and design your own stuff and put it on your shoes.
It's not that hard.
You know.
I'm sure there are many talented Israelites, even in the chat here, that can do designs for you.
Yeah, if you can catch them.
Jacob's house. You can check out.
Like I said, if you can catch him.
You can catch him. If you want to get a chance, go online, look at Jacob's house. That's a place you can get some Hebrew garments from, I would say. And there are many other places out there that you can find. Just do your research, look it up, come up with your own design, put some scriptures on it, something.
Mm-hmm. If you're not creative, have one of your children just scribble something on a piece of paper, and then you get that.
It's art. Just
put it on your shirt. That's my house design, and that's it. You know.
So I hope we're not wearing the devil's garments, Mishpachah. That's what I'm saying. Let's represent Yeshua and the Most High to the fullest by keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. The examples are there for us. All we got to do is look into the word, read, and we'll know exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And we follow it. We teach our children, and we represent the Most High because we are royal priesthood. We are set apart. We're holy, and we're supposed to act that way. So I hope tonight we all learned something. There's so much more to dig into it, but I don't want to keep beating the dead horse and going on. I want to get into some of that symbology later with those signs and those things that they're pushing out there. That is very scary because you know, a lot of the children grew up and they do a lot of things and like, what are you doing? Oh, this dude in this cartoon, or we do this in school or in sports or whatever it is, and not knowing that you're worshiping another deity or representing some sort of idol. So these are things that we have to warn our people about and teach our children as we're going.
Well, all praises. I hope everyone has learned something tonight. I appreciate the work that Brother O'Shea has taken out to give us some insight and understanding into the world, Satan's world, so that we can make a difference between the children of light and the children of darkness. And we have a great opportunity to be an influence to our children. We learn the Torah, we teach our children, we show them the way, we take the time to teach them that they can be a better generation, you know, not part of the Gen Z or Gen Y or H and who knows what else is coming up around the corner. But we can teach our children. And when the time comes that those children have to find husbands and wives and things of that nature, they will have a whole list to choose from, because there are other daughters of Israel, sons of Zion, so forth, that's available to pair up with and to build righteous, set apart, beautiful families and things of that nature. We had bad pickings. A lot of us had to learn, you know, teach and learn and share on the road. Whereas these youngsters have the opportunity to get it fresh, right? Without pollution, corruption, and so forth. So I hope you all learned something tonight. I appreciate you all coming out tonight, and we look forward to Shabbat. Go check out the videos that we uploaded on the Shabbat and comment in it too. It helps to clear up some air. I appreciate our brothers who has gone back and checked out and deal with some of the knuckleheads out there. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, because you got to be a voice too. You got to go and make some comments to help the people to understand, because they don't know that you are there listening and learning. They're thinking that we're just here operating, you know, from nothing. But you are witnesses. You have had the opportunity to learn things and see things connected according to the word of the Most High. And it's different from other camps or other groups and so forth, because I've heard some weird stuff. You know, like we're not going to work in the kingdom. Like God is going to give us rest in the kingdom, which no work.
Sleep all
And
day.
I'm thinking, well, okay, he says you're going to build houses. Isn't that work?
And rest for 1,000 years.
You know, you're going to plant vineyards. Isn't that work? I mean,
Yeah.
even when the Most High destroys the nations, he don't get the nations to clean up the bones. He says, I'm going to employ from the children of Israel to go and bury bones for, what is it, 6 months or something like that? 7 months. So I don't understand what some of these Israelites are talking about. You know what I mean? Some are very, very confused. Just imagine Israelites who never know about the Most High, never heard the teachings, don't know about keeping Shabbats, and they go straight to hell because the selfish living Israelites don't care about the dead ones who died without knowing the Messiah. The living has an opportunity because they can read and hear YouTube videos, and those who never was able to read, they're lost forever. They're going to go straight to hell. So in other words, there's no teaching in the kingdom. Right? And that there's only one kingdom, that's the Father. So the Messiah is doing, he's putting, just throw all of the prophets out the window and listen to a bunch of knuckleheads. We are doing something different here. So share the emails, give the links out to the people from yourself. Be part of the building of the kingdom by preparing our people for our Messiah. You got to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Instead of sitting by and just drinking, no, share some of what you have learned with others. There are so many classes, you can even make your own playlist. You can create a channel, put your playlist together, and say, hey, check this out about the kingdom, because you want to learn about the kingdom. Here's all the breakdown of the kingdom. That's a very important part of teaching of the future, what they call eschatology. About the Shabbats, about these other things.
Feast days.
Yeah, put a playlist together that people can share. You could put your own playlist together and share with the people so that they can see. Because we ask the questions, we question the scriptures, the scriptures answer the questions, and everything is made plain, right? So thank you all for coming out, and we look forward to seeing you on Shabbat. We pray for each and every one of you, and we continue to pray for each other. Remember, tomorrow the prayer line is available for those who will have time. You can go on there, the brothers, the sisters who meet, and we pray that you keep everything in righteousness, and the Most High bless each and every one of you and your households. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love, your prayers, your blessings. May the Most High return the reward to you 100-fold. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So with that said, let's have a word of prayer. And we're going to close up right now in Yeshua's name. Blessed are you are our Elohim. Father, we give all praise and glory unto your name. We thank you for tonight's class that you have inspired Brother Shay to put together so that our people, myself included, can learn and refresh our minds to remember why we are called set apart. There is nothing good that the world is offering. We thank you for opening our eyes, both of them, our ears, both of them, that we can see and understand and to know that the world is not for us. We ask, Father, that you will keep us on a daily basis. When we go to sleep, we rise up, and we can be an example and influence our children, that our children will be the ones that will be after your heart. Father, prepare us for your kingdom. Bless us. Inspire us, separate us, give us the resources that we need to survive in this fallen world. And we pray that you make the time short, destroy all the enemies, revive us again, bring us all back, all 12 tribes back to you, and establish your kingdom that will never end. Father, you're faithful. May your name be praised forever. We thank you, we love you. In Yeshua's name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah. Let the words of our mouth, meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Yah, our strength, our Redeemer. Love you all. Stay strong, stay sharp. Until next time, we say shalom.
Quick to transgress, play with fire continually. The retina scans as time advance, so that's technology. Where is the Holy One who is the Almighty? Some serial killers, company, woman, laboratory. Eugenics project, side effect, torment the baby. Medicinal bag of chips, we feed the greedy dummy. Marionette of the money, the money power hungry. Already, insanity tail a customizing species. First the other interfere where they should not be. Backfire, sit down patients in a them lobby. There's repercussion for just the acts of iniquity. In Jacob of indignation, there's no pity. There's no remorse and no way out and no sympathy. Continue to run your mouth and now you're gonna see. Safety-wise, money-wise, you itching to be destructive. Never have nothing good to give. Blatant with your negative. Wolf away, wolf loading. Wickedly inquisitive. thing. My life is a prerogative. Don't need to be instructive. Don't try to tell me how to live. Their vision is so distorted. Their mission was interrupted. Curtain coming down on them. You don't get your moment of fame. Things they call an act of God, merely an act of man trying to be God. We set up that anti-life of illusion and invited the whole world to them yard. Subliminal messages intruding so rude when invading the thoughts. They want go silent